Sabotage for the scumbags. Every one of them that I know. Sabotage for the circles. Gotta not take work off. Baby, I got a plan. Run away fast as you can.
Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone.
Damn, boy, he's sick.
Go off in my head saying not to call you this late. Still I doubt those numbers every time. Why do I replay those messages that you left at the tone last May? Slowly wishing you were never mine.
I told you I'd be down forever. Loving you is dangerous, but it don't feel right. And we'll be singing. I should look for better. Falling back to strangers, leave me hanging on.
I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time, chasing all the wrong things most of my life, and every kind of loss that you can't find. But I got one thing right. Been the kind of guy girls moms don't lie, running with the wrong crowd on the wrong night. I've been wrong about a million times, but I got one thing right. You.
Just to hide in this mess, but I'm still and I'm in love. Nobody knows it but me when I say, yeah, I'm still and I'm in love. I couldn't be there, even when I tried. You don't believe it. We do this every time.
Even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. Out of the doubt that fills my mind, somehow find you and I collide.
We do this every time. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame cause we can't let go. Run away while we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do so. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take a plane. Run away while we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away.
I've got some issues that nobody can see, and all of these emotions are pouring out of me. I bring them to the light for you. It's only right. This is the soundtrack to my life. The soundtrack to my life.
Right here, right now, right
me. Love me, hate me, but can't you see what I see? All the boys and all the girls are begging to intoxicate me.
He's a damaged kid, but no one understands. Mom and dad lately always giving different hands. You let go my beer, his room, come again, it's my lady. I'd let the little fish grabs every wish. In reality, they are his our parents, really our parents. Wait, let me have you think. Our parents, really our parents.
To if you seek me.
Take my hand and this is free love. That's what we are made of. Yes, we are. Hey now, up top with the kings of the playground. You know you do this. Take my hand and
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Bitch, be humble. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Hold up, be humble. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Be humble. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Be humble. Hold up, bitch. Sit down. Be humble.
So why don't we get drunk? So why don't we don't sleep? We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So why don't we go out? That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
Take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go to see the light. Take me home tonight. Listen, honey, just like a running say.
So why don't we get drunk? So why we don't sleep? We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So why we go out? That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
Somebody suck me.
Check my mouth till the smoke clears out. Am I high? Her high. I'ma rip this shit till my bones unlock. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't check my mouth.
look if it's better.
When I lose control.
I need your love. I need your love. I need your love. I need your love.
I need your love, I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high, I come alive. I need to be free with you tonight. I need your love.
I don't wanna lose you now. I'm looking right at the other half of me. The vacancy that's set in my heart is the space and now you're home. Show me how to fight now. Show me, baby. I tell you, baby, that it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all along.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love.
And tell me, baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna be with you tonight, but I can't, baby girl, that's the issue. Girl, you know I miss you. I just wanna kiss you, but I can't right now, so baby, kiss me through the phone. See you later on. Kiss me through the phone. See you when I get home. And tell me,
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
We should take a walk someday, dream about what we could have been. But I don't wanna leave this place. There's no faith in Brooklyn. Yeah. If I move out one day, it will make me a better man. What up, Jamil? I don't wanna leave this place. No faith in Brooklyn. Yeah.
She said I don't spend time like I really should. She said she don't know me anymore. I think she hates me deep down. I know she does. She wants to erase me.
Magazines, on TV, no matter where you are, you might hear me. I'm in the magazines, on TV, no matter where you go, you might see me.
If I move out one day, it will make me a better man. What up, Jamil? I don't wanna leave this place. No faith in Brooklyn.
you need me, be there.
Like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes and every I got alone with no one to blame. You're not alright, I'm not alright.
But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I like to drink and smoke to take away the pain. You don't remember all of your mistakes. And when our hearts are broken, they're out of place. You're not alright, I'm not alright.
Tonight we're going hard, 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 hard. Just like the world is art, 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 art. We're tearing it apart, 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 apart. You know we're superstars. We are who we are.
I'm not alright.
We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh yeah, I spent 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn that sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. If it's 10,000 hours or the rest of my life, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
If I get Corona, I get Corona.
Yeah, a fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees, what if you brung you? Did you improve on the design? Did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list? Who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through, and the sexy lady next to you, you come too. I gotta go. Everybody in the club get tips. 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 My father said, don't you worry, child. See, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry, child. Yeah.
Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn hope in my hoodie, so my homies think it's me. I miss my cocoa butter kissing. I miss my cocoa butter kissing.
If I could escape and recreate a place as my own world, and I could be your favorite girl, perfectly together. And tell me, boy, now would not be sweet? If I could be sweet, I know I've been a real bad girl. I didn't mean for you to get hurt. We can make it better. Tell me, boy, now would not be sweet?
Once again, asking for your financial support.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? I wanna live. Don't you? Why would we?
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together.
Dance the night away, live your life and stay on the floor. Dance the night away, grab somebody, drink a little more.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
I've been on you've been on my sweetheart. I've been on you've been on my sweetheart. I've been on you've
You will always be my sweetheart. I belong with you. You will always be my sweetheart. Yeah, we need it now. Let's go. Oh, son.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
Let's go.
Cause there's you and me and all other people, nothing to do, nothing to lose. And there's you and me and all other people, and I don't know why I can't keep my eyes off of you.
And I'm gonna miss you like a child misses that blanket. But I've got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now. And because
Cause there's you and me and all other people, nothing to do, nothing to prove. And that's you and me and all other people, and I don't know why.
Have you seen this room?
Yes, we're in it.
She put my name with yellow hearts, her favorite color like the stars. I didn't listen very hard. She told me she was crazy from the start. She put my name with yellow hearts.
Now I'm dancing in flames, now I'm dancing in flames. I ain't scared of the blaze, don't rescue me. And now I'm burning in your arms, and there's fire in my heart. No, it's not a false alarm.
we've got no place to go, caught up in the rodeo. Oh no, please come tell me we're dreaming. We've got nowhere to run, think I'll go like us. Oh no, please come tell me we're dreaming. We've got no place to go, caught up in the rodeo. Oh no, please come tell me we're dreaming.
And now I'm burning in your arms, and there's fire in my heart. No, it's not a false alarm.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give me, I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Oh no, please, God, tell me we're dreaming.
If you ask me how I'm doing, I would say I'm doing just fine. I would lie and say that you're not on my mind. But I go out and I sit down at a table set for two. Not a word to say, I'm not over you. Not over you.
I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point where I love and I hate you, and I cannot change you, so I must replace you. Oh, easier said than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my head. You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't let you forget.
Ain't nobody fucking with my click, 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 click. Ain't nobody fresher than my motherfucking click, 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 click. As I look around, they don't do it like my click, 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 click. Ain't nobody fresher than my motherfucking click, 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 click. And all these bad bitches, man, they want
I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely as fuck. I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely. Missing me, myself, and why did you go? Did you go? Oh, fuck. I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely, lonely.
I keep going to the river to pray, 'cause I need something that can wash out the pain. And I know I'm slipping all these demons away, but your ghost, the ghost of you, it keeps me away. I keep going to the river to pray, 'cause I need something that can wash out the pain.
Me, myself, and I did you go? Did you go? I'm lonely.
Psych, that's the wrong number.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Just out to my toes and I crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now. Just take your time wherever you go.
Fuck you and you and you. I hate your friends and they hate me too. I'm through, I'm through, I'm through. This that hot girl by my anthem. Turn it up and throw a tantrum. Fuck you and you and you. I hate your friends and they hate me too. Fuck you and you and you. This that hot girl by my anthem. Turn it up and throw a tantrum.
Hey, yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems. When I get it, I'm a pal it up. Time's over, the bread, we can toast so fresh. How we flow, everybody get this down, yo. I once was a kid with the other little kids. Now I'm ripping up shows and the fans going wild, ring up. Tell mommy I'm sorry, this life is a party. I'm never growing up.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time of rock and roll.
Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Closer than my feet, you are to me, baby. Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. Girl, you're my friend when I'm in need, baby.
Life is one big party when you're still young, but who's gonna have your back when it's all done? All for the when you live your fear fun, can't be a fool, son.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now. I need you right now. Let's play lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary, I'm the boss tonight. And you don't give a fuck what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm that sure.
A lot of entrepreneurs have it. The fact that you truly just feel different. It's not to be disrespectful towards anyone else, but it honestly feels like you have more inside you than other people have. Like you have that weird gift, that weird potential that you could say, hey, I can do something better than that person can. I don't deserve and I shouldn't be working in that 9-to-5 jobs. I have so much inside that I want to get out. I just don't know how to get it out. And I remember sitting on my college campus bench and the bell rang and every kid was going from class to class, class to class. And there were thousands of kids going from all these different classes. And I sat there on the bench and I just watched them. I sat there and I watched every single student go from different building. And I just thought to myself, when do we learn anything different? If I'm learning the same thing as 15,000 other kids, that means I'm going to have the same result as 15,000 kids.
Makes sense.
And every single kid I know who graduated college complained about their job, wasn't happy with their salary, worked a 9-to-5, had to pay off debt. The only way to truly be successful in life is at some point for you to do something different, for you to stand outside the crowd, for you to say, hey, I don't give a what someone else thinks about me. I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I want to do it.
Yeah, drinking dope, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Boom, my 90, turn me to a superhero, yeah. Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah. Candy in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young mage, praying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, ready to take it to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are live. And we are getting ready to get ready for this awesome readiness of this huge week we are getting ready for. Thanksgiving trading week is here. We only got 3 days to make it happen. 3 days of trading, 3 days of action, 3 days of me here screaming in the microphone, giving you top education. 100 out of 100, bringing the energy every single day. The enthusiasm is through the roof because we got a brand new day. We got a brand new opportunity. I don't think traders, again, realizing that right now, right here at this moment, the S&P 500 sitting all the way up next to sky highs. NVDA coming out with its earnings report tomorrow. A lot of big financial news across the world. We're going to be going over it all as we always do, making sure that every single trader is prepared, every single trader is ready, and every single trader knows exactly how to profit. When I first started live streaming, all I wanted was one person to give me answers. When I first started live streaming, all I wanted was just one person to tell me, how do I do this? How do I get the best play? How do I find the best movement? That's what I do here. I'm not around the bush. I'm not telling you to go buy a course. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I just want to help answer all the questions that you guys have, show you exactly what I'm doing, live stream my live P&Ls, do everything right in front of you, and see you guys crush it. So team, let's have an absolutely awesome day ahead. Welcome back. Happy Money Monday. And let's see what this week brings us. We got a lot to talk about, so let's dive right in on it, see what's going to be coming up here next, and of course, getting prepared for this day. So team, I'm going to bring up the morning newsletter as I always do. And we will be all ready to, of course, rock and roll. So let me grab this morning newsletter, bring it on over into the stream, and you guys can be able to see absolutely everything. So let me grab this right here. All right, team. Today's going to be a fun day. Not only, of course, are we live over on YouTube, not only, of course, are we live over on TikTok, and, of course, live over on Tradecaster.com, but today, team, we are doing a $250 giveaway. Yes, we are giving away $250 in cash. So, if you guys want to win, hit me right now with a Dekmar Trades. Ah! Woohoo! So I know that you guys are here because I'm picking a winner that's here today, right now, making sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. If you guys are over on YouTube, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up. If you guys haven't yet, if you want to win, and if you guys are on TikTok, hit that follow button and double tap that screen to like it right now. But we got a few things that we got to talk about before we do that $250 cash giveaway. And I'm going to let you guys know something. We're giving away $250 today, but we're also starting another brand new giveaway of $250. So if you guys do not win today's, you guys can win the one that we are giving results on Wednesday, which is going to be absolutely awesome. So get fired up and get excited about that because you guys are going to have 2 chances to win $250. Winner will be announced on stream live, no gimmicks, no nothing, all in front of you so you guys know it's legit. So what do we have at this time? Let's dive into this day, talk about it all so that we are all set, ready to rock. Number 1, it says a winning streak into the shortened week. Stocks have entered the holiday shortened trading week on an upswing. The major U.S. indexes have all notched a 3-week winning streaks for the first time since summer. Last week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 1.9%, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite rose 2.2% and 2.4%. Equities got a boost after inflation came in cooler than expected in October, lifting hopes that the Federal Reserve may not need to raise rates and be able to tame the stubbornly high prices of inflation. The stock market will be closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving and then shut down early on Friday, which is usually just a blah type of day. So, traders, we only got 3 days to make it happen this week. That means all the energy, all the enthusiasm, all the lessons, the education, the live trades, we're trying to bring it all within a 3-day period. So yes, guys, it's going to be action-packed and going to be a blast. I'm so excited about that. Number 2, Altman goes to Microsoft. 2 days after OpenAI stunned the tech world by firing Sam Altman, the human face of the AI boom, he now has a new home. Altman will lead an advanced AI team at Microsoft. The tech giant CEO Satya Nadella announced on the social media platform X. Meanwhile, OpenAI says it hired former Twitch CEO Emmett Shear to run the company on an interim basis. The news capped a chaotic stretch during OpenAI investors' push for the business to rehire Altman. Now he lands at Microsoft, where Nadella said that the company will provide Altman with former OpenAI executive Greg Brockman and other new hires. So that is something that's going on in Microsoft, and Microsoft, guys, has been, again, getting a lot of attention from the AI type of investors and the things that they're working on right now. Microsoft is kind of starting to steal the show a little bit as like a leading AI type of company. 3, earnings are winding down. Nearly all S&P 500 companies have posted their third quarter earnings, but a handful of businesses are set to report this week. The biggest one that I need every single person to be ready for is going to be NVDA, which is the #1 best investment of 2023. Yes, guys, out of all the blue chips out there, I'm talking about the S&P 500 top companies in the United States. What we have here is NVDA. NVDA is the #1 return of 2023 with over a 200% return. We're going to talk about NVDA this week. Obviously, we'll talk about it a little bit more this morning, but NVDA has its earnings tomorrow, right when the stock market closes. That's obviously going to get insane. So make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll for that, because that is going to be a lot of fun and definitely could be extremely exciting. Now, what else do we want to be focusing on here today, traders? What else do we want to be looking at on this day? Well, it says U.S. equity futures were a little changed on Monday as Wall Street started the shortened Thanksgiving holiday week. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose just 8 points, while the S&P 500 futures were up 0.07%, and Nasdaq 100 futures were up by 0.16%. Microsoft shares were up by 1% after CEO Satya Nadella said that the former OpenAI chief Sam Altman will be joining their team. U.S. markets will be closed on Thursday, as Thursday is Thanksgiving. Friday will also be a shortened trading day. Trading around Thanksgiving has been choppy in recent years, but November is still the best performing month for the S&P 500, according to the stock trader Almanac. Despite the short week, there are some key catalysts in the market ahead. NVDA has its earnings report on Tuesday. The chip maker is this year's best performing stock, up more than 200%. So let's see what we have going into this day, what is going to happen on this day, and where is this momentum going to be taking us on this day here. Mike Williams, shout out to you over on TikTok, donated a heart. I appreciate you, Mike Williams. You are the man. So let's talk about what we really need to be focusing on. when I take a look over on the S&P 500 here, team, the S&P 500, this has been an absolute, it's been nuts. You guys already know it, okay? You guys already know this. You guys already know probably what I'm going to say. It's been nuts. I kind of want the S&P 500 to break out or to get a dump just so I can stop sounding like a broken record. Dek, how do you sound like a broken record? All right, here we go, guys. You guys ready? Well, the S&P 500 has now spiked 8% or just slightly underneath 8% in the matter of 15 trading days. It has gone from 408 all the way up to 451. We've seen a $43 spike in the shortest amount of time that has ever happened in the stock market. We have never in history spiked $43 in less than 3 weeks, and the S&P 500 is doing it right here. So that is what's so nuts about the S&P 500 going on such a quick rip, such a quick spike. And you know what? It's still holding up its gains very well. Now, with that being said and that out of the way, traders, as this week comes down to a very short week, it is anyone's game. So let's actually get a real legit plan. I don't want to have biased opinions. I know, again, you guys know that I want the market to fall. I think it's natural to have a healthy pullback. Some people are like, oh, I saw someone on Twitter saying Dek thinks the stock market's going to, go into a recession. Guys, I don't think the stock market's going to go into a recession at all. I think the opposite. I think we're going to climb and be able to keep moving up, 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 up. But as I've stated multiple times, after a $43 spike, I'm just expecting a little bit of a pullback. $43 climb, give us a $10 drop. $43 climb, give us a $7 drop. Am I being unrealistic? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to fall down to 400. I don't think we're going to fall into a recession. I think after a $43 rip, I would like to see some sort of drop and pullback and say, hey, you know what? That makes sense. There is going to be some sort of relief, some sort of profit taking as this market has gone on such a big rip and run. But let's talk about what is really this market all about. So every single trader at this moment, switch on over to a 15-minute time frame. Now, when you switch over to a 15-minute time frame, you will be able to see that we are inside this very nice channel. Okay, and we have been inside this very nice channel now for the past 4 trading sessions. We did this back on 11:14. Here's 11:15. Here's 11:16. Here's 11:17, and now we are moving into, of course, 11:20. So basically, all last week, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Nobody won last week. And you might say, Dek, what do you mean nobody won? The Bulls didn't win. The Bears didn't win. Nobody won. All last week was small scalps, small profits here. Small profits there. Last week, for anyone who was not here, I broke even. Now you might say, Dek, how did you break even? Remember, on Monday, I won $3,500. Monday was a nice $3,500 win. Then again, what happened over on, I think, Tuesday? Tuesday, I ended up losing about $1,000. Then again, on Wednesday, I think I lost about $1,000. Then on Thursday, I lost about $1,000. So I still even finished up the week, slightly up. But the thing was, I have one good win, and then it was basically sideways action where I didn't get any big profits. Now, again, if you guys want to, you can literally rewatch my live streams. I had the nice big profit, and then I took my small paper cut. I took a small paper cut. I wasn't willing to sit and hold and hope and just lose. And that's one thing I want you guys to really be gaining value off of me, is I want you guys to realize, hey, when Dek trades, he has a game plan. And if his game plan is not working, most of the time he just gets out right away and says, it's not worth it. He'll win $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on his big account when he wins. And when he loses $500, $1,000 on his account when he loses. So guess what happens? One win will make back about 3, 4 losses. That's the way you want to trade. Where let's say you win 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, that would be 20 losses to basically get back to where you were. The issue is most traders, they do what? Most traders have 5 losses that are ginormous, 1 win that's very small. Who here is in the category of every single time you win $500, but every time you lose $3,000? That is the wrong way to trade. Now, I'll tell you guys exactly why you're doing that right now, for anyone that's curious. When you lose, you refuse to get out. You say, when I'm losing, I refuse to get out. Let me just keep on holding and holding and holding and holding and holding and holding and holding. So you keep holding longer and longer and longer and longer. But when you win, you're up, you take your profits right away. So imagine if you have that mentality of when I'm winning, I'm going to keep holding and holding and holding and holding. And when I'm down in the red, I get out right away. So the reason why your losses are so much bigger is don't even look at like the prices of your wins and losses. Look at your time duration. I can guarantee that every loss you have is double, triple, quadruple, quintuple the amount of time you hold that trade compared to your winning trades. Your winning trades you hold for 5 minutes. Your losing trades you hold for 30 minutes. So you got to reverse that. Hey, when I'm up in the green, let me hold for 30 minutes. When I'm down in the red, let me get out within 3 seconds, right? You want to have very small duration in the red, have very large duration while in the green. You will see that you will start flipping to larger wins and smaller losses, okay? So let's start talking about, this play. Let's start talking about, what could be happening here. Let's start talking about what can the S&P 500 really do for us on this day. So I'm going to bring over our morning newsletter and talk about our game plan here. Now I'll make this chart bigger here in a second, don't worry. But let's talk about our game plan. Let's go over our game plan for absolutely everyone so everyone understands what we have. It says game plan today. Happy Thanksgiving week. I'm so excited to see what this day brings us, and I'm looking forward to crushing this market. The main issue we have had is the SPY the last 4 days is now moving sideways. Neither bulls or bears have been able to win. Both are losing because if you just jump in and you hold, you're just moving sideways, and time decay is making your contracts less valuable. So that's why a lot of people lost last week, because it's just moving sideways. There's no actual movement. So how can we make money today? Guys, how can we make money today? How can we profit today? How can we come out on top today? Well, number one, wait for the clear breakout. Once this channel breaks, you will have clear direction. If the SPY breaks the price of 452 today, watch for a spike about $2 to $3. Yes, it hurts me to say, but if we break out of a channel that has been holding all last week, I do think we will get a little bit of a next leg on up towards around 453. If we crack the bottom of the channel, this is a sign that a possible pullback's coming, and we could get that drop that we've been waiting for. So one way to be able to trade today is just be looking for the channel, and then once you break of the channel, go on that side. Break resistance 452, go on the call side. Crack support underneath 448, go on the put side. The other way that we can do this is play within the channel. So we can all see where support and resistance is at. Do puts at the high with a stop loss right above the channel, or do calls at support with a stop loss right underneath this area. So if anyone's confused at all, I'm going to break it down right now. I apologize to the guys over on TikTok here today. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to see because I got to make this chart a little bit bigger, but I think, you guys will still get the gist of it. All right. So I'll do my best to make sure that you guys can be able to see it as, again, we bring this thing on over here. All right, and I want to scroll back here slightly. All right, awesome. So I think you guys can see the majority of that right there. Now, what do we have at this time? What do we want to be focusing on? Well, as we can see, we have this channel pattern. Now, you guys can see the same exact chart over on the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame shows us we have a bounce here, we have a bounce here, we have a bounce over here, and then there's potential that we're going to get a bounce coming up towards this area, and that's at the price of 448. So the S&P 500, we do have very nice 448 support. Now we can also see we have top resistance at 451.85, top resistance at 451.85, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. You could see that we do have very strong top resistance right at that area right here. So we have two ways that we could be able to play this today, okay? Number one is that we wait for the break of the red line. Number one is you get above the price of 451.85. When you get above the price of 451.85, guess what? We are breaking out of a resistance line that has been holding for the last 4 days now. All last week, this has been holding up as resistance. We are finally breaking out of that line. And finally breaking out of that line, guess what? Is making people excited. Finally breaking out of that line, guess what? Is making people say, hey, you know what? We're going to be able to do this. So we have top resistance. We have top resistance. We have top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. And you know what? We're going to see, can we be able to squeeze and break out of this top resistance area? So number one would be watch our breakout today. The other option would be if we could crack underneath support. Can we go underneath 448 support? Can we go underneath 448 support? Can we go underneath 448 support? And of course, as we take a look, can we crack underneath 448 support? If we do crack underneath, that could be the sign that that big downtrend is coming and that big dump. Now, Deck, what do you honestly think is the best way to trade the S&P 500? I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. My honest opinion is what the past has showed us. I think the best way to trade is by looking at what the chart tells us. It tells me that when we come up to the red line, we get rejected. We come up to the red line, you get rejected. You come up to the red line, you get rejected. You come up to the red line, you get rejected. You come up to the red line, you get rejected. You come up to the red line, you get rejected. So if it was up to me, which it is because it's my account, when it comes up to the red line, I think the best thing for us to do is to jump in at the red line. I mean, we've been rejected 5 times at the price of $451.85. So really what the game plan would be is, all right, hey, Deck, I'm going to enter right here next to 451.85, and I'm going to have a stop loss if you go above 451.85. That's basically how you trade. And the reason is if you take a loss, this is what you're losing. Let's say $500. But if you win, if all of a sudden it starts falling, right? Guess how much money you have to make? You have money to make all the way down here. And then you have money to make all the way down here. And it probably will bounce here, but there's money to be making all the way down here. So you're telling me you have this much room to lose, and you have all this room that you could possibly win. Just like when we hit right here, we fell here. When we hit right here, we fell here. And, you know, just like over on, you hit right here, you fell here. You hit right here, you fell here. Everyone always searches for the breakout, but you could see that the odds are, the most of the time you're not going to get the breakout. Odds are you're most likely going to be hitting a resistance and get rejected back on down. It's better to look for reversals than breakouts most of the time. So we can see that is where we're at the moment. So the S&P 500 at this time, we are sitting right next to that top red resistance line. And there is part of me that says, all right, Deck, hey, we know again 451.85 strong resistance. Watch for a put maybe right at the start of the day. And you know what? If it starts falling and fading, we have a lot of room to go. If it starts breaking out of 451.85, guess what? That's where there's going to be a lot of opportunity as well. So the S&P 500 kind of starting off right here next to this 451 mark, there is going to be a lot of opportunity. I definitely would be interested on getting involved in this play next to that 451 plus mark and basically try to slowly scale in as it moves on up and then be able to look for a good entry. So the S&P 500 today, definitely a hot play. I know, again, we're cutting it a little bit close. Is there any sort of big penny stock plays that are taking on off today? I did not see much news. I'm also not expecting much news today. You might say, Deck, why are you not expecting much news today? Just because, let me bring this on over. Just because we are going into this holiday week, and we're not going to be seeing as much news during this holiday week, most likely. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll on that. And obviously, absolutely fired up, baby. 929 in the market. Let's get ready to go here. And of course, I'm just trying to get ourselves absolutely prepared for this day. There's going to be so much action, so much activity, so much momentum, so much fun stuff about to be happening in this market. It is a game time, ladies and gentlemen. And so fired up to see what's going to be coming on up here next. All right, team. Getting ready to break this thing on down. Let me switch over towards our real scanners. Happy Money Monday, everyone. We will be doing a $250 giveaway very shortly, which is going to be awesome. But let's keep our eyes peeled over on the SPY. SPY getting a little bit of a drop here right before the market opens on up. I was hoping that we get a little bit of a pop-up towards that 452 mark. And I actually want to start in a little bit of like this 15-minute time frame. See if we can get like back on up near the VWAP. Now, a little heads on up for everyone. Turn that down here slightly. When I take a look over on the S&P 500, I want to see if this is going to be able to hold its gains. Let's see how well this can be able to hold on up. So I'm excited to see where this momentum takes us. Obviously, we have a huge day ahead here, traders. A lot of opportunity all around. S&P 500 market is now open. Market's now live. For my big account, you know, I'd definitely be looking at the SPY, and I do want to see what NVDA is going to do. We are going to be talking about NVDA here very shortly. I just kind of want to look for if this play pops on up. I just don't want to miss it. Probably do 25 contracts at a time. Possible entry today. S&P 500, November 20th, 451 strike price put side. Starting off with my big account. Here. S&P 500, 450.80 strong resistance, which is the VWAP right now. We are back above the VWAP at the moment. Let's see if we stay above the VWAP or if we start crashing on down underneath the VWAP. Right now we got a little bit of a pop on up, a little bit of action, a little bit of momentum right here. Still keeping our eyes peeled. We do know the closer we get to that red line, nicer opportunity to be able to go ahead and get a nice little put contract. Got a high of the day of 450.98, looking for a 451 break potentially. Back underneath the VWAP is where things get a little bit weaker. We are starting to climb and push ourselves on up. We have seen we've been rejected 5 times now at the price of 451.82. So we've been rejected 5 times right around 451.80. So Dek, what would be a good entry? Probably starting on off, maybe a 451.30 or again a 451.50. Or if you want to wait until we go all the way back on up, then fall underneath the VWAP to know that momentum is shifting, that's definitely an A-OK opportunity as well. Now Dek, what if you want to do calls? If you want to do calls, either get in now and ride up to 451.80 or wait for the break of 451.80 to see if we are going to get that next leg, to see if we are going to spike, to see if we are going to get that big time volume. Man, today is an exciting day though. We are back. We are back, baby. Tesla, quick little short right at the rip right here. NVDA, guys. Now, as we are watching the S&P 500 right now, I do want to talk to you guys right here for a second, okay? I want to talk to you guys about this. I want to make sure that every single person is aware of this. At this time, all right, at this exact moment, the S&P 500, we are waiting. We are watching. We're going to see what's going to be happening. But we know that NVDA comes out with its earnings report tomorrow. Now, for anyone who does not know, NVDA is the #1 best return investment on the S&P 500. The NVDA has now been up over 200%. Yes, traders, this is the play that has been consistently climbing that everyone has talked about. We know that AI has been a hot topic throughout 2023. It's basically been the trend of 2023. AI, AI, AI. NVDA is basically the daddy of AI. And as we know, over the last 11 months now, this company has been able to move up over 200% return on investment, which is incredible. Now, the big thing is tomorrow. Tomorrow, after the stock market closes at 4 o'clock, NVDA is coming out with its earnings report. Now, what does that mean? We are going to be getting results on how the company has done over the last 3 months. We are sitting right next to the top $500 resistance at this moment. So when I take a look over on NVDA, we can actually see something pretty incredible. We came up to 500, we got rejected all the way down to 450. We fell 50 bucks. We came up to 500, we got rejected all the way down to 409. We fell, how much? $90. We went from 477 all the way back down to $400, falling about 70 bucks. Then we are now all the way up to 500 at this time. You can see we are known to get rejected at 500. We hit 500, we get rejected. We hit 500, we get rejected. And now we're coming back up to 500. The #1 best stock in the stock market at this time, with its earnings report tomorrow, with only about 40 days left in the year, at its strongest resistance line of 500, currently again up over 200%. What is NVDA going to do tomorrow? This is where you get the popcorn out. This is where you go ahead and you buy a Sour Patch, you buy a large Diet Coke, you sit on with a Crunch Bar, you get a nice comfy chair, and you get ready to tune into the movie. You get ready to tune into the show. Because NVDA, every single trader is talking about it right now. Every single trader is saying, if we break 500, we should be seeing 550 plus. But if we have bad results, we're going all the way back on down towards 400. So I could imagine NVDA, that is going to be a play that a lot of people are excited about. But that's going to be an absolutely wild, wild mover over on NVDA tomorrow. #1 top play in the entire stock market, sitting at its resistance line with only a little bit left on the year. Are we going to be breaking that strong 500, nice, natural, psychological resistance line? Or is it going to have bad earnings and boom, that thing is going all the way back on down? And could tomorrow be the perfect put contract? Could tomorrow be the perfect put contract before a massive leg on down? That's what some traders are thinking. So definitely get excited. Definitely get ready to rock and roll. Dek, what's the link to your free Discord? Free Discord we do have over here. I'll drop that over on the YouTube chat. Yep, 100% free Discord. I don't do live streaming there, and we don't have a video library. I just wanted to be able to have a community that is credible and good, that I was able to post alerts and different things along those lines. So everything I do live is over on tradecaster.com. So get ready for that. So that's all on Tradecaster. But we do have a free Discord where I post alerts, watch list updates, stocks to watch, you know, my favorite picks coming on up, things like that, 100% free. And there is, you know, join it and be able to enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Having a community that's not just, you know, just pumpers and dumpers and scammers and all that stuff. Just, you know, posting my alerts and watch list over there. Now, I will say, team, for anyone that's interested over on NVDA, what I want you guys to realize is NVDA, the contracts are going to start becoming very expensive starting today. So contracts over on NVDA, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be doing call contracts. There's going to be a lot of people doing put contracts. Contracts, the premiums are going to become very expensive today. Usually, again, a premium, let's just say, will be $1,000. Today might be $2,000, might be $3,000. You know why? Because everyone knows that if they are correct, they're going to be banking. So basically, premiums right now, team, are super expensive at the moment because there is just so much upside to your trade. So you're basically, you have to pay a little bit more, but you can make a lot more. So right now we are keeping our eyes peeled over on the S&P 500, baby, seeing what we got, seeing where the action's going to be able to take us, see where the momentum is going to be at here. S&P 500 traders coming all the way on up towards around this 451.80 mark. Anyone getting ready for a possible entry? Possible entry November 20th, which is today's expiration. We could do put ourselves in the money right away. This is a bigger account trade. Put contracts, 25 contracts, go on the market side. See if maybe we can touch on up towards around 451.80 and see if we can start dropping back on down. So guys, here we come on up towards this area. Now remember, if anyone's just joining us right now and saying, Dek, what's so important about 451.80? Take a look right here. 451.85, touched it once, fell, touched a little quieter, then a dumped, a little bit less, then dumped a little bit above, then dumped a little bit less, and we are coming on up towards that 451.85 mark right now. So we are at 451.64 at this moment. Anyone interested saying, hey, Dek, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a chance up near around this 451.85 mark. I probably want to wait for maybe one red candle. I would like to see that. Maybe wait for one red candle, not go against the grain, but also let's remember, if we start breaking 452 or so, we are now breaking out of that channel that we have been holding all last week. So if we hit this area and we start breaking out, we are now breaking out of the area that we've been holding all last week, which is, again, very, very big. So the S&P 500 right now at this moment, traders, you guys can see we just got up towards 451.67 all the way back on up. Now starting to have a little bit of trouble at around this mark, but are we going to be able to squeeze and break and go all the way on up here, team? This is a very big time in the market. The S&P 500 definitely has bulls in control, and we are starting to spike on up even higher here. I don't want to go against the grain right now. We do have very strong resistance coming on up at this moment. So 451.85, that's going to be the strong resistance line, as we know. If you are interested in a put contract, you can definitely look to enter some right around that area. And S&P 500, here comes that resistance line very soon. 451.74 so far is the high of the day that we have at this moment. Still trying to get a little bit of a squeeze and a break over that. And are we going to be able to do it? Are we going to be able to squeeze? Are we going to be able to break? Are we going to be able to get some action? Dek, where are the areas for me to do a put contract? Well, number one, you can do a put contract right now. Dek, why would you want to do a put contract right now? Well, we just came up just right next to 451.85. We were about 11 cents short. We are starting to have some rejection right now at this moment. This would be a good area to say, hey, Dek, we're starting to reverse. Big upper shadow. Things are looking weaker. I'm going to drop this play on down. This is one area to go ahead and start getting involved. Another area to start getting involved would be, again, a crack of the VWAP. Crack of the VWAP, that's showing that we are falling back underneath 451 and that there is a lot of weakness upcoming over on this play. So the S&P 500, remember, all we're looking for is just simple charting. That's it, guys. We're just looking at simple charting and looking at the chart and saying to ourselves, rejection, 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 rejection. There is a great chance that we are going to get rejected right at this area, which is happening at this moment. As we talked about, if we break of this area, that's where we can see a lot more spiking. That's where we could see the next leg on up. So the next leg up can happen at the break of that area. S&P 500 right now, team, you guys can see 451.74 starting to get the rejection and starting to get a little bit weaker at this time. So let's keep our eyes peeled. AK buddy, AK47 up $4,000 on this over on this Money Monday. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I absolutely love seeing everyone here getting ready to go here. Deck, your hair is looking fantastic today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. You know, today, I kind of just let it do its natural thing today, guys. I didn't, do any really much whatsoever. I threw in a little conditioner, and I just kind of let it dry. And you know what? We got the curls kind of curling on up today. We got the curls just throwing a little bit of extra bounce today, almost like little springs coming out of my head. You know? So, hey, we're rocking with maybe a little curl. Maybe it's going to be a curly winter. Who knows? All right? So, could have a big curly winter ahead. We'll see. We went with the natural dry today. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll write it down in the next watch list on different ways, different conditioners, different shampoos, different skin moisturizers, exfoliators, on what we could do. Maybe the next morning newsletter will throw in again a couple coupon codes for that. So great job. Santa, we doing a small account trade today? Absolutely. So we got big account and small account as always. Let's make sure we are all good here. And we are still, again, moving ourselves on up. Might get a little bit of a squeeze. Still try to get a little bit of a pop. And I do want to make sure that we're all set with the small account here. My entire Google Chrome over the weekend updated, and all my usual fill-ins just got deleted. You know what I mean? Like, you would log into a website and you usually have your username, your password all set. You just click go and you're all set. Everything, from my Facebook to my Twitter to my Discord to absolutely everything. And now I got to retype everything, and I got to re-log in on everything. Got to get my you get like that one random thing. You're like, what the heck was my username? What the heck was my password? Right? So it's like I'm trying to re-log into absolutely everything today now. The S&P 500 still going on up here, a little bit higher. S&P 500 still going on up. S&P 500 still moving on up here. I am all good here, waiting and watching. And we are still slightly moving on up here. Guys, we are still slightly moving on up here. And we are still trying to climb. We got up to a high of 451.75 so far. 451.75. I do like that as a nice high of the day number. S&P 500. Any sort of news coming out at 10 o'clock today, guys? Do we have any sort of news right at 10 o'clock today? That's what I want to be able to figure out. So we take a look over on the economic calendar, U.S. economic calendar here. Any sort of news at 10 o'clock? What do we have here? 10 a.m. leading economic indicators. That's not really anything too big, to be honest, but hey, it's something. So we might get a little bit of a pop or a drop right around this 10 o'clock region. Now, again, when I take a look over on the SPY as well, take a look at the daily chart over on the SPY, which is pretty interesting. We have been consistently building higher lows. We kind of had this nice spike a couple days ago, and we've been moving up, and we are moving up once again. I mean, the big question is, will the S&P 500 ever die? Guys, the question I want to ask you guys, and this is a serious question right here, will the S&P 500 ever again have a red candle? That's what I want to know. Will there ever be another red day on the S&P 500 from now to the end of time? And the question, and I'll give you guys the odds. The odds are it's a 50-50. It doesn't seem like it. Okay? It seems like stocks only go up. That's what it seems like on the S&P 500. If I was a new trader and I joined 2 weeks ago and I saw that the S&P 500 went from 408 to 451, I would just say, Deck, the stock market's easy. All you got to do is just buy every day and you win. Oh, if only that was true. If only if it was that easy. Deck, the stock market every day is pretty simple. All you got to do is just buy every day and you win. So guys, S&P 500, 451.75, definitely some strong resistance. Trying to hold itself on up, doing the best it can. 451.75 is a nice resistance line so far. Thinking about jumping in on some possible smaller shares here, keeping a nice tight stop loss, and saying, okay, new high of the day, get out, Deck. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this moment. Basically saying to myself, all right, Deck, you know, look to jump in on this play pretty soon. If you hit a new high of the day, get out of it. 451.75, keep a very nice tight stop loss. But other than that, you know, you can go ahead and look to be able to jump in on an entry and see if you can go back on down to the puts, start getting a little bit of a put contract crack. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards at this moment. We have a nice little spike on up, looking to see if this is going to consolidate, get a little pop here and there, and then, you know, be able to fade back on down. So right now, traders, we are staying alert, staying ready, staying good to go here. Little bit of a drop, 947. I think, you know, what a lot of traders are kind of waiting for is that 10 o'clock news, just to kind of, you know, say, all right, this is the direction the rest of the day. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something I wrote out in the morning newsletter. The majority of stock traders have lost last week. And the reason why they lost is, remember, the S&P 500 has really just been moving sideways over the past, again, week straight. If you do not nail the very tippity top, you know, if you nailed the put contract here, you were able to make some money. If you nailed the put contract right here, you were able to make some money. If you nailed the put contract maybe right at 451.75, there's chances that you could be able to make some money. But the thing is, we essentially have just been moving sideways for the last 4 days. So the thing is, most people have just been losing on time decay. They jump in, they hold, and they say, well, come on, let's make some green. Come on, let's make some green. Come on, let's make some green. And they just keep holding and holding and holding and holding and holding and holding and holding. And then guess what? With you holding so long, the time decay just catches up with you. So you got to be able to see that nice, quick, you know, active move over on the S&P 500 to be able to make some cash. Little side note, traders, in probably about 45 minutes from now, we are going to be doing a $250 giveaway for, again, right here for all these traders getting ready to rock and roll. So
simply just unsuccessful.
Get ready to rock here, traders. $250
not that
giveaway.
You're a bad trader. It's just who you've learned from in the past. You know what? We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. We're having Black Friday sales! 30% off, 50% off, 60% off! You're gonna need a Team 12 volt to bring this community down!
So ladies and gentlemen, get excited. Get ready to rock and roll. Get ready to go. It's gonna be an absolute blast. Let's get ready to go. So if you guys have not commented on that video, go comment on it right now on Twitter and on Instagram, because I posted it on both Twitter and Instagram, and I'm going to be picking a winner. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to see what we get on Twitter, on Instagram, and be able to pick out a winner. All right, traders? So, and also, little heads on up, we are also going to be doing what, traders? We're going to be doing another $250 giveaway tonight. So, you know, I want everyone to get pumped. I want everyone to get excited. I want everyone to get ready to rock and roll. Make sure that you guys are fired up on this day. Baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. So I am absolutely dialed in here, team. All right, team. Let's see what we have. Guys, S&P 500 moving itself back on up. Also, NVDA at this time. NVDA at this moment still trying to get a little bit of momentum to push itself near 500. Now, as I've already told you guys this, and I'll say it again, but NVDA, I have a lot of wealthy friends that are already in on NVDA. Now, nobody knows if NVDA tomorrow is going to break 500 and go up to 550, or if NVDA tomorrow is going to get rejected at 500 and drop on down to 450. Nobody knows the real answer, okay? No one has the answer for you, unfortunately. But I have a lot of friends that are putting on $25,000, $40,000. My one friend did $75,000 on NVDA. And the reason why is because we are expecting that NVDA, if you are correct, you are probably going to get a 3-to-1, maybe 4-to-1 return. I could imagine if you put in, let's say, $5,000 over on NVDA, your option contracts, you could probably be able to make somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000. That's what I would be saying. If NVDA, you jump in at 500 and it rips up to 550, 560, something nuts like that, you will be able to probably triple your investment of what you put in on it. But the thing is, if you lose, you're probably going to be losing it all. So I have wealthy friends that are saying, oh, Dek, if I lose $25,000 on NVDA, I lose $25,000 on NVDA. They don't mind that. But if they are correct on their guess right here, they're going to turn $25,000 into $75,000. So basically, they're willing to lose what they're putting in. They're willing to lose what they have to be able to make about 3 times that on an NVDA earnings tomorrow. So I get the strategy, but it's also very risky strategy. They're putting in their account to say, hey, you know what? I'm probably going to either wake up, up 75 grand, or I'm going to wake up and be like, all right, got to throw on the next one. But that's them. You don't have to do that, but I can understand what they're looking at. I can understand that they think NVDA is super hot. It has been 200% top gainer, $500 resistance. Stocks, again, trying to do absolutely everything here. So I want to make sure that you guys are all good, ready to go. Guys, S&P 500 also still trying to move itself on up right now. We are sitting right at 451.85. Super strong resistance. 451.85, and 10 o'clock news is coming on up here, traders. 10 o'clock news is coming up in 7 minutes. So let's get ready to go. Yep, for that giveaway, it's on my Twitter right now, and it's on my Instagram. Dekmar Trades. So go to Dekmar Trades via Tradecaster, and then Twitter, same exact thing. Twitter, type in Dekmar Trades, and you'll be all set, ready to go. Comment on both of them, because I don't know which one's gonna be the winner here. But it's up to destiny. We'll see what the wheel brings us. Let's see where we're at as well. How many people in the chat, how many people on YouTube, how many people on TikTok have not pulled the trigger just yet today? How many people have said, Dek, I have not pulled the trigger just yet today? Is anyone still sitting on their hands? Because I bet you, again, the majority of people probably have not pulled the trigger just yet, waiting for maybe a little bit of a clear opportunity that they like, a clear opportunity that they really enjoy. Now, I will say this, guys. Look at this. We just got rejected at 451.86. Remember, we take a look over on this play right here. Take a look over on this play, 451.85. So my chart analysis, I mean, it's pretty good, guys. People say it's technical analysis. I say it's technical analysis, baby. That's what we do. We get locked in. Little technical analysis. Not bad. SPY still building slightly higher lows, though. I still see slightly higher lows. I'll give it to the SPY right now. Still slightly higher lows. VWAP still trying to hold itself on up. So we got 5 minutes here. Nope. Again, anonymous. I'm not in on anything on my small account right now. Last week, I jumped in, 446. I was up $500. It came back up near my entry. I got out in the green. Wasn't willing to go into any sort of red. Wasn't willing to go into any sort of loss. Wasn't willing to put myself in any sort of bad position whatsoever at all. Also, again, shout out to everyone that's joining me today over on YouTube. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up, subscribe if you guys haven't, and get ready for this upcoming Black Friday sale. Get ready over on TikTok as well. Make sure you click that follow button, double tap the screen, and of course over on tradecaster.com. Don't tell them, but I like you guys a little bit better. You guys are fantastic. Guys, S&P 500. Let's see where we're at here. We got 3 minutes until we get ready to go. 3 minutes. Is the S&P 500 going to keep breaking some highs? So far, the market's been going straight on up. 3 minutes till news, and we'll see what we get. I want the trade to come to me. I want the trade to speak to me. I want the trade to be able to jump on out and say, hey, Dek, this is so clear, so perfect, so obvious that you got to be able to play with it. So that's what I want. A lot of times, traders, I wrote this out the other day. If you are searching so hard for a trade, there's no trade to be made. Like for me, I know when there's a trade to be made and when there's not a trade to be made. If I'm saying, all right, guys, well, let's maybe try to see if this stock's going to move a little bit. If that's the case, there's no trade to be made there. We should all say, hey, stock market's hot, stock market's slow. If the stock market's hot, let's get after it. If the stock market's slow, there's no trade to be made. It's as simple as that. Tweets. Oh, Gregory sent a rose over on TikTok. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you so much for your rose. I appreciate the donation. I appreciate it, guys. And I know roses are only 1 penny, but I appreciate you even just donating that 1 penny because it all adds up. People say, Dek, how do you have custom leather seats on your truck? And I say it's from the roses, the donations of the pennies that are slowly adding on up. So I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. That's a lot of pennies. It's a lot of pennies. $9.58. Guys, new high of the day. New high of the day on the S&P 500. Are we going to be breaking out of the channel? Are we going to be breaking out of the move? Guys, S&P 500 trying to spike right here. Breaking out of the channel. Now remember, what's the channel right now? The channel held all last week. Here's the channel held all last week. 451.85. 451.85, 451.85, 451.85, 451.85, 451, and now we're starting to break out of that. So we are starting to get a little bit of a spike, a little bit of love. Dek, how high can we go up to? Well, now we have to take a look at past chart history pattern. If this does keep on spiking at 10 o'clock, we could go all the way up to 453 plus. We could go all the way up to like 453, 453.50. Like that would be the goal, but we have 1 minute and we'll see if at 1 minute we get any sort of change in momentum at 10 o'clock because we do have some sort of slight news. Nothing big. It's not like Jerome Powell's speaking. It's not like Jerome Powell's going to be posting a photo of himself or anything. We are just going to be watching to see if the S&P 500 continues switching direction coming on up here. We still have a little bit of higher lows. And I mean, hey guys, what did we talk about? The market's easy. Market's easy. If you started stock trading again 2 weeks ago, Dek, I understand why everyone drives around yachts. All you got to do is buy. You just buy and you win. That's all the stock market's been the last 2 weeks. Dek, the stock market's the easiest market I've ever been part of in my life. You just click the buy button every day, you win a ton of money. That's all it's been. So the S&P 500 here still. Keeping our eyes peeled on this thing. Let's see what happens in the matter of 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds, things can start becoming very interesting. 5 seconds from now, let's see if the SPY starts, accelerating a little bit higher, or starts getting a little bit weaker. Let's see. 453 plus is going to be the target. Here's 10 o'clock. We are hitting some new highs. New highs, guys. Still going on up. 452.20. 452 at this moment. New high of the day. S&P 500. Dek, let's go back to a large time frame, see where strong resistance is at. I like your thinking, buddy. Let's see. We got 452 at this moment. Here's the red line. Let's scroll back and see where can we line this up. Let's get rid of this blue line so there's no confusion. Let's go ahead and line this up and say, okay, here's the red line. Where is the next spiking high? Here's a spiking high. 453.60. Here's some spiking highs at 452.90. So we have spiking high here, upper shadow here, with again the top of the body of the candles right next to 453. Let's keep scrolling on back a little bit though. Scrolling on back a little bit more. Here's a little bit of a top right at 453. Here's a bounce play at 453. Here's again another bounce play right around 453. Bounce play, 453. So we got up towards a high today of 452.19 so far, but we have a lot of past chart history at the price of 453. So we would want to be waiting at this point if we are breaking on out. Either buy right now and make sure it stays above 451.85, or you guys wait until you get up towards around 453. This is your call. It's your account. It's your money. You basically have three options at this moment. Number one, you don't do anything. You sit on your hands. You wait for something that feels a little bit better. And number two, you do call contracts right now. Dek, we just broke out of the channel that we're waiting for all last week. We have broken out of it. As long as we stay above 451.85, we know that we are still considered bullish. Could run up to 453. Or number two, you wait until we get up to 453. Then you go ahead and pull the trigger and say, you know what? I'm going to jump in on a put contract near 453. So you do have all options. Sit on your hands, entry next to 451.85 to run up to 453, or you wait till 453 to do a put contract. It's really up to you. It's your money. It's your account, but those are the three options you have at this moment. S&P 500 here, traders. Still watching this thing. Great job for anyone that has pulled the trigger. Made some quick money, made some quick cash. And really, guys, you know, this whole entire week, all the trades that we make, all the profits that we make here, team, it's all going to that Thanksgiving dinner. Okay? So, let's make sure that this Thanksgiving dinner is the best Thanksgiving dinner we have ever had. I want to have so much money, guys, that we can import our turkeys from Nova Scotia, because they have some of the greatest turkeys up there. Great bloodline, great genes, great thick thighs. So I want everyone importing their turkeys this year from Nova Scotia. Then on top of that, I want you guys getting the freshest potatoes, hand-picked from Idaho. Then on top of that, guys, I want cranberries coming out from the depths of the bogs of Florida. On top of that, I want carrots that are grown from the roots of the Alaskan lands. I want you guys to be able to have all different green beans sprouting up from the Oklahoma hills and all coming down to your family dinner table. That's the type of money I'm talking about today. And if you guys don't make that money, well, then we're going to end up at KFC or something like that, okay? Which is not an awful worst-case scenario. But you know what? I want to have myself a Thanksgiving dinner. I want to be able to spoil the family a little bit. I want to be sitting there with, again, the carving knives, looking over at my cousins who I don't even speak to and say, what the heck do you want? The leg? The leg's for me. Sit down. This turkey's from Nova Scotia. That's what we're going to be doing, guys. It's going to be a big, big day. Calvin made $1,200 on SPY calls this morning. Already done on the day. Shout out to you, Calvin. Awesome work. So Calvin went on calls this morning. Done on the day. Did his thing. So we are keeping our eyes peeled here. Watching, waiting, staying alert. Seeing if the S&P 500 is going to be able to squeeze. S&P 500 going to be able to work itself on up towards that 453 mark. Right now, calls are still in control. Calls are still in control. Calls are still doing its thing. We have bond sales today. Not sure if that affects the market or not. Absolutely. You know, that'll definitely affect the market. What time does that start, if anyone knows? What time, again, bond sales are beginning? What time bond sales are going to be starting? Right now, S&P 500 having a little bit of weakness. We got up towards, again, that 452.19 so far. 452.19 at this moment. Still getting a little bit of this hype. Still getting a little bit of this momentum. I'm all good. Small account ready to rock and roll on this day. There's a nice little pop on up. That's what we want to see. 1 p.m. Thank you, Trade Life. Thank you, Shaz. 12. Appreciate you guys. We're going to see how much higher this thing has left in the tank. 453, as we know. 453, next strong resistance line. You got calls. You guys got about 80 cents left on this play. We would like to be able to see that squeeze. Calls, you guys have about 80 cents left over on this play. What can be the long target for CDIO? CDIO 200-day moving average at 162. It's going to have a lot of rejection at the 200-day moving average. Notice you broke the 200-day moving average, got a big rejection. Notice you came up to the 200-day moving average, broke it, got a big sell-off. You're going to have a lot of strong rejection right around 162, and then if it does turn around, the last 3 times it's turned, or 2 times, has been right around 175. So I just think you're going to have a lot of trouble to go long and stay long on CDIO at the 200-day moving average. It's going to be a very scary one to hold. Very scary trade to hold right there. CUEN, MIRA. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you, buddy, as always. SPY, new high of the day. SPY, new high of the day right now at this time. Absolutely great. Absolutely beautiful. Still working itself on up. Traders, also, while we're kind of waiting for this one to kind of go up a little bit higher, I do want to go over this video here for a second. I posted this video and it stirred up a little controversy, which, you know, is always a little fun every now and then. But everyone take a listen to this. And this is what I said, one of the best strategies, how to make millions of dollars in the stock market. This is what I put. So I want to actually, again, you know, kind of throw this out here and see what your thoughts are at this moment. So this is what I put, and I want to see what you guys think about it. I've made the majority of my money in the stock market just by shorting penny stocks, microcap, low float plays. This is how you do it. Every single morning you wake up, you see stocks that are low floats. Low floats are stocks that have very low supply of shares to the public. Now, when you see these low supply shares, a lot of huge communities, a lot of discords out there know that these are easily manipulated. With that being stated, those are going to be the targets. Now, any stock that has a low float, that has a press release behind it, that's already going to have a little bit of juice behind it. So it has a little bit of juice. This massive discord, this community, this person with a huge following alerts it, usually spikes up. Every single day, it spikes up 100, 200%. It'll be a different play. But a lot of traders, and especially a lot of new traders, are all going to be saying to themselves, oh, I want to jump in. That's the play I want to get involved in. That's the stock that I want to be looking at. And people buy it. The press release that came on out is nowhere near to how good that stock is currently at the moment. So if you just sit back, you wait for an upper shadow. You wait until the panic starts happening. You wait until it starts fading a little bit. You're going to win the majority of the time. Now, yes, please don't get me wrong. Are there going to be times that stocks go up higher than you expect, that catch fire? Yes. Are there going to be times that short squeezes happen, that stocks go on up? Yes. But next day, next time you trade, go ahead, look at all the gap ups in the morning. Set your filter for $25 and below. Look at all the lowest floats, and nearly 90% of them will be ending up lower than where they opened up at. If you sit back the first 10-15 minutes, you'll see a spike, you'll see an upper shadow. Upper shadow indicates a reversal, and then you'll just see them drop back on down. What do you guys think about that? So just a little heads on up. So I posted that, and I had a couple people saying, oh, that's a scam. I had a couple of people saying, oh, that's wrong. I had a couple people saying, oh, Dek, that's illegal. Oh, that's a scam. That's this, that's that. Traders, let me ask you a question. Is there anything wrong with shorting an overvalued play? If a stock is overvalued and it comes crashing on down and I can make money as the stock falls, is there anything that I'm doing wrong? No. What is wrong is if you are the person that is telling everyone to go buy a random stock for no reason. What is wrong is if someone bought a ton of shares, then went to everyone and said, buy that play, it's going to be amazing. They again make a ton of money, sell the shares, then it dumps on down. I do not buy shares. I do not load up on shares. I do not tell people to go buy low float stocks off of nothing. You guys have seen me trade for the past 10 years. I've never done that ever. What I do instead is I sit back. I sit back and I wait. I watch and I say, someone out there is going to do that. Someone is going to do that activity, which is not right. And then once the stock becomes overvalued, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to short an overvalued play that is up for no reason whatsoever other than hype. What moves the stock market? The stock market is moved from hype. The stock market is moved from momentum. The stock market is moved from traders. The matter of the fact is there will always and there is going to be people that are just going to buy just because someone told them to buy. That is not what I recommend. That is not what I want you guys to be part of. I don't want you to just be blind sheep randomly buying left and right, whatever, again, the person that you like is doing. That is not the right way to trade because some people will try to take advantage of you. All I do is I sit back, I wait for a stock that becomes overvalued, and I short an overvalued play. That's stock trading. Stock trading is about making money when stocks go up and making money when stocks go down. That's like basically saying, oh, Dek, don't do put contracts on the SPY. That's wrong. Well, why is that wrong? Well, because I want the SPY to go up higher, right? No, this is stock trading. Stock trading is when stocks get overvalued, guess what? They come on down. When stocks are undervalued, they go on up. If I see that a random penny stock is up super big for no reason whatsoever, I could either sit back and not do anything, or I can say, hey, I'm going to take a bet that it's going to fall back on down and be able to make a lot of money. And that's what I do. So the thing is, that's a strategy that everyone can use. That's a strategy that every single person can do. With social media, there's always going to be those pump plays that just end up crashing on down every single day. So you'll see a ton of them where nearly everything that has massive gap ups, does come crashing all the way back on down. And you guys see this all the time. So I want to make sure that you guys do understand that. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go here. I want to make sure that we're all good, ready to get after it. But yeah, hey, I know the internet is the internet. Sometimes, again, people are just going to say random things at all times, but I just want to explain that, guys. Make sure that you guys are all good. People always like to, be pointing fingers left and right. Like this guy over on YouTube right now. This guy over on YouTube right now just said, Dek, I just lost listening to your bullshit. I just traded and I just lost. Guys, I haven't even put out an alert yet. It's like I haven't even traded myself yet. What is this guy talking about? So the thing is, what you got to realize every now and then is there's a lot of people who just have no idea what's going on. So, hey, if you're out there looking to point a finger for something every now and then, hey, point your fingers at me. Do it. I'll snap that thing. Snap that thing. I'll bite that little finger on. But hey, you're all set, ready to go. Let's get after it. Let's get fired on up. So right now, S&P 500, we're still going on up. Imagine getting yelled at. I haven't even traded yet today. It's like, this is how Zach Wilson feels on the Jets, I feel like. You walk out, Zach Wilson's like, hey, about to have a great game today. Then you have half of New York City, I hate you. It's like, I haven't even played yet today. But, I mean, his past performance is a little different. I can understand his past performance isn't really making it easy on the kid. I try to root for Zach Wilson. I do. I say, Zach, come on. Do it, buddy. Come on. I feel bad for you. But it's just game after game we lose, and game after game we have less than 100 offensive yards, and game after game we can't score a touchdown. We have like one touchdown in like 5 weeks. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zach. I just got to let you go. I got to let you go, Zach. It's just not working out. So team S&P 500 starting to come back on down towards that trend line here. Starting to hold that trend line area at this moment. S&P 500, here's the uptrend at this time. Also a little sign of NVDA. NVDA coming on up to 500, team. And we have our earnings report tomorrow. Man, that is going to be absolutely crazy. NVDA, $500, top of the mountain right here. Is it going to be able to say, hey, 200% isn't enough? There's still 40 days left in 2023. We're going up to 550. Or is NVDA, is 500 going to be the tippity top where it's been and couldn't get through, and we're just going to see this thing fade and drop from here? So we have 500 drop, 500 drop, 500 pullback, 500. Tomorrow's the earnings report. Break a 500 and things can start going crazy. So you can see every single trader has been basically sitting here watching this. Let's get ready to go here. So NVDA, still keeping our eyes peeled over on this one. NVDA waiting and watching. $500. You could look for a quick little short. And also the S&P 500 here, team, still sitting over on this little uptrend. Really, the only way that you could have won today on anything is just doing some slight calls, maybe some quick calls, ride a little bit of momentum, locking on up. We haven't really seen any straight up action, but we actually haven't seen any straight down action either. So, you know, right now the S&P 500, it's above the channel of yesterday or last week. Good sign. We are more bullish. I would be giving this to the bulls at the moment. Calls are in control at this time. So everything at this line, team, calls are in control, bulls are in control. I got to give it to them at the moment. Remember, I'm not going to go against a momentum. I always try to take my biased opinion and just push that thing on down because my biased opinion, team, is not what the chart says at this time. My, again, biased opinion is S&P 500's been overbought. Watch for this to fall on down. But at this exact moment, we still have VWAP support. At this exact moment, we are up above this uptrend. At this exact moment, we're testing 452. At this exact moment, guess what we have right here, team? We are above this a channel that's been holding for the last 5 days. So my biased opinion is, oh, it's overbought. Oh, it's been spiking on up. Oh, it's up 8%. But the chart tells me, hey, Dek, we're still bullish. Hey, we're still riding on up. Hey, we're still above old resistance. Hey, we're at 452. Hey, things are still, again, good and golden. Has room to run up to 453. Your biased opinion, some people, again, take that and they just jump in right away. I have my opinion, but my opinion is wrong at this time. So I'm not going to have that lose money for me, right? I'm not going to have that basically control my trading and say, oh, yeah, if you follow that, you're just going to take a big loss. So, you know, I have my what I would like to happen, but I also have what I see on the chart. And what I see on the chart is what goes. So S&P 500 still good to go here. Carl, Kenny, Dek, would you not discuss stocks moving in the first hour of the market? What do you mean by that? You know, it's been 45 minutes now. We've been talking about a lot of different stocks, S&P 500, looking at any sort of penny stocks that are moving right now, but nothing too crazy. We got a little MIRA action. CDIO, just as I stated, guys, CDIO came on up to the 200-day moving average, got rejected previously. You know, most people, this is like kind of going with the bias opinion again, okay? Most people, they get excited. When I say CDIO has strong resistance at the price of 162, most people are going to say, okay, so at the break of 162, this thing's going to go sky high. I know it. At the break of 162, I'm going to buy in, and the thing's going to go all the way up to $2, then probably $4, then probably $5. And you get lost in this big fantasy trade. And in reality, it gets rejected and it just comes crashing on down. Stop looking for breakouts every single time you trade and actually start looking to play reversals. Reversals will work more than you think. Okay? I always just think about it as the easy, you know, analogy. Imagine if, you know, you saw an attractive person, if it's a guy or a girl, whatever you're into, across the bar, across the club, across the restaurant, whatever. And you saw that guy one walked up to a girl and she said, nope, I don't want to talk to you. And he walked away. And then guy two walked up to the same girl and she said, nope, don't want to talk to you, walk away. The odds are that probably guy three walks up to her. She's probably going to say, nope, don't want to talk to you. And they walk away. Same exact thing with CDIO. If I saw CDIO gets rejected and falls on down, and CDIO gets rejected and falls on down, and CDIO walks on up to her and says, hey, and she said, nope, not interested, and then again gets dropped back on down. So the thing is, just take a look at the past chart history pattern on the daily chart. It tells us most likely what is going to be happening, right? But how many times, team, have you ever gotten lost? You got a little bit too excited. Has anyone here ever been a little too excited? Has anyone here ever said to themselves, Dek, sometimes I turn into a fantasy trader? And you know, what's a fantasy trader? A fantasy trader to me would be this. Let's take CDIO, for example. CDIO, I take a look at this chart, and I see that whenever it comes on up to that 200-day moving average, we get rejected. But what I would say to myself, if I was a fantasy trader, is I would say, okay, Dek, I'm going to buy it right as it comes up towards 160, because it looks like it usually breaks it at least. So let me again buy it at 160. But if it breaks it, we did have this big gap up, And if it breaks it, that would be the third time that it's breaking the 200-day moving average. That means it probably will have a better chance of spiking. So if it does spike, we'll probably get up to $2. And by that point at $2, it would be the number one top gainer in the market. So everyone would be looking at it. That means we actually have room to run from $2 and actually spike all the way up to $3. So there would actually be a great chance that this stock would go from $2 and go right up to $3. Now, if I take a look at the past chart history pattern, this has actually spiked all the way up to $8.75 before. And when I'm getting it on, it's actually oversold. So we would probably actually get a ton of hype, and then we'd have room to run all the way up towards $4 to $5 potentially. And that's where it would be halted and probably steal the show until it's back up to $8.75. And now if it ever did get up to $8.75, it would be the number one top gainer of the day, break out even to higher highs, and then probably run to $10 plus. Oh man, I got to jump in right now. Has anyone ever done that? Where basically the stock is at 145 and is not doing anything at all, and you just made up some sort of crazy situation to convince yourself to jump into a play because you think it's going to go up to $10. That's where I used to see all the time on penny stocks. Do you know where I see it now the most? And I'm sorry if I'm calling you out on this, I apologize, but I see that now on altcoins all the time, over on little, again, cryptocurrency coins all the time. That's where I see it. Zach, I can't believe I didn't get on Dogecoin. Dogecoin, the moment that Elon Musk does this and that, it's going to go up to $1. Now, oh, did you see this new coin? Did you see Caspa? Caspa right now is at the price of 13 cents. This one, if it goes up to 20 cents, it's probably going to turn into go up to 75 cents, be the next Bitcoin. And it's like, in reality, it's like at 13 cents. At reality, it's only at $1.44. At reality, we haven't moved, you know? So the thing is, it's very easy to get a little overexcited at times. And hey, I get a little overexcited at times. There's times that, my little overexcitement gets a little bit too far. But, that's what we need to understand. Paul, how do you short stocks without put options? You just got to get a premium broker. Premium broker I use is Lightspeed, and they will have shorts available on smaller cap plays. So you can use premium brokers, and you can short plays, not do put contracts on plays. Caspa to the moon 2025. Hey, I don't know much about it. I was just using Caspa as an example, but I know Caspa is a really hot cryptocurrency right now. A lot of people are looking over on it. So I'm trying to help you guys out, you Caspa traders, bring a little bit more attention over towards it. No, I'm not in on Caspa, but it's starting to steal a little bit of the hype over on the crypto world right now. I'll get involved in crypto, guys. I think, me looking at the chart, I'm thinking of June of next year is when you want to get involved in cryptocurrency. April, and you guys got some big dates coming on up. January 11th, I think it is, right? Is that when you guys have to, you get some sort of answer on the spot ETF on Bitcoin? Then you also have the halving starting in April of next year. And I just think you'll get a little pullback. And then again, I'm going to probably jump in June of Bitcoin. I would like to see the halving begins, basically a little bit of a flop, get in at that bottom, ride that up for like a year straight. So probably going to jump in on June on some cryptocurrencies. And that's supposed to be the start of the next bull run. So the next bull run is supposed to start in June or in April of next year, which is only, again, 4 months away. And that's supposed to be like the next year and a half long rally. So we are still keeping our eyes peeled. Joystick Trader, no trade today on the small account, sitting at $865 at this moment. So no trade just yet. We do have the S&P 500. What's going on right here? S&P 500 just got a crack. S&P 500. I was going to say, what's going on right now at this moment? I was just taking a look over on this play. Nice dump over on the S&P 500. Deck, do we want to look for a potential entry right here? This gets a little bit of a pop on up. Definitely going to pull the trigger. Give it a chance right here over on the SPY. A little bit of a bigger account play. 451.75. I want to probably be looking for a little bit of an entry. See if this thing can pop itself on up and, look for a quick little put contract. S&P 500 at this moment, team, trying to get back above the VWAP. I'm going to look for a little bit of a pop on up above 451.75 and see if I can, see if this is going to start reversing. Now, the S&P 500, we do have a nice little downtrend at this moment, up near around that 452-ish area. So I'm watching at this time. Are we going to get a little bit of a pop over on the SPY? maybe get our first little entry. We can see that momentum has finally just shifted. We can see that the S&P 500 did just go from the bullish side and now again back inside the channel on the bearish side. So we do have the bullish side and back inside the channel on the bearish side. I do want to give the S&P 500 a chance, and also the S&P 500. Let's also think about this, team. The S&P 500 at this moment is back underneath 451.85. Being back underneath 451.85, it has now fallen back inside of that channel. That's not good news over on this play. Remember, this play needs to be able to get and stay above 451.85. The fact is, we just broke 451.85, and now we're falling underneath 451.85, putting ourselves back inside that channel. What's the main issue that we're going to face today, guys? What's the main problem we're going to face today? Most likely, probably time decay. Time decay is going to be probably the main issue. So the thing is, when you have profits, lock in your profits. Because, you know, the S&P 500, watch for a little bit of a pop on up, 451.85. That's probably going to be some strong resistance. And then go ahead and look for that reversal still back on down. S&P 500 VWAP area currently sitting at 451.60 at this moment. Let's see how well this is going to be able to hold itself on up. Possibly get our first trade of the day here. Big account trade. You want to take profits when you have them. A little bit of climb, 452 strike price, same day expiration. See if we can get up towards, again, 451.85. That should be, again, the resistance line falling back into this area of resistance. See if it's going to be able to hold on up. So we are falling back into that area of resistance. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pop on up towards, again, the 451.85. Look to be able to enter, try to make a little bit of gains, make a little bit of cash right at that area. $451.70. Just trying to hold on up right now at this moment. Did get its first nice crack of the day. Here's a little bit of a pop on up. Guys, I'm going to enter right here on my first trade of the day here, just to see if we get rejected at that 451.85 mark, and then we start coming back on down a little bit. Dek, where would you get out of this play? If we ever started getting probably back above that 452-ish mark, I'd probably say, not really worth it to me. So I would probably, again, I'm just going to jump in at this moment, smaller contract, and see if that 451.85 mark is actually going to hold up as a little bit of resistance. I'm going to add some contracts actually right here at 451.85. Now, if you're saying, Dek, why are you jumping in on this play at 451.85? I'm doing that simply enough because this is the whole entire trade. Last week, we came up to 451.85, got rejected, hit it again, 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 got rejected. Today, we broke it. As we broke it, that's awesome, but now we just fell back underneath it. So if we broke it, that's great, but falling back underneath it shows us that we are now back inside the channel. So as we again just came on down, I'm saying to myself, all right, hey, we are now most likely going to get rejected at this area and probably again fall back underneath this and have a great chance to be able to fade and fall and get weaker. So I am giving this a chance. If we do start going back above 452, I'm not going to keep on holding and hoping. I would just get out at that point. So it wouldn't be worth it for me to hold and hope, but I hope you guys can understand my game plan, or at least what I'm looking for at this moment. Now, if things start getting carried away, it starts going on up, gonna get out, not gonna hold it. Right now, we do have this little bit of a downtrend right here. This is the new downtrend that I'm looking to be able to hold. We have had a very nice uptrend, and now again, I wanna see if this thing can be able to keep holding its gains, get that little bit of a downtrend. I'm gonna add my last little bit here, team. Last little bit right next to that 452 mark. And look for a reversal. So let's see, we get a last little bit right at that purple line. Boom, at last little bit. Total contracts on this play now. I do have 75 contracts at the price right around 451.85. So I'm down about 15 cents over on this play. So let me again just adjust in case I have to have a quick stop loss and be ready to get out of this play. If this one again, breaks this channel, starts squeezing its way on up, which would be a little unfortunate because we just cracked the trend line. We just cracked the trend line. Now we're basically looking for a new downtrend to form. So, that's where I'm at this moment. We've had uptrend, 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 uptrend. We had spike on up, crack this downtrend, crack the VWAP, fall back underneath 451.85, back inside the channel, and now we're looking for a new downtrend to form. And we're basically looking to say, all right, Dek just scaled in at the downtrend, go and have a stop loss in case this ever broke on out right here, but at the same time, looking for, again, a reversal, looking for a drop, looking for a fade back on down towards that VWAP area. So I'm happy with this trade. I like this trade, but again, I'm not going to hold and hope, right? You always got to figure out your game plan and then be able to say to yourself, all right, hey, that's the game plan I'm working for. So right now, traders, that's what I'm looking at. That's the idea of this play. We're going to see, obviously, if it works or not. But, cracking the uptrend, I like it. Cracking back underneath 451.85, I like it. Having a new downtrend, I like it. And, everything I like about this play. Just got to have a quick stop loss. Not going to be holding and hoping. And right now, team, still watching this one. Don't want this one, again, squeeze me out in any sort of way. So I would like to be able to see, again, that nice little pullback. A little bit of a pop here, team. This is where you got to be careful. A little bit of a pop right here. 452.03. Can we get a little bit of a pullback? Going to give it like 30 more seconds here. But I might have to get out of this one. Again, I'm not going to ever hold and hope. Not part of my strategy. Not what I want to do over on this stock. Fall back underneath 452. It's fine. But nope. It's still holding on up right here. Got 4 seconds here. 3, 2. Oh, back underneath the channel right here. Hold on. Back underneath this area in this last minute. Ready to sell if I need to. As I said, you guys know I like to keep it nice and tight. That's the thing. Always have your orders ready to go. There we go. There we go. Let's get that reversal on down. Get that reversal on down. Deck, when would you be in the green? When the S&P 500 goes underneath 451.85 is when I start going into the green. So basically, right next to this area. All right. Hey. Whew, that was a close one, guys. Almost got out on that play there for a moment. And I was just saying to myself, oh, man, if this one breaks that downtrend, I'm going to have to get out because I don't want to be holding, for a very long time. But, we are starting to see the play develop, okay? So we're starting to see the play develop a little bit at this moment, which does make me happy, the S&P 500. The thing is, when I get into trades, I don't like in any way gambling. I know, again, sometimes it seems a little nuts because I'm going crazy, I'm screaming, I'm getting naked, I'm dancing. It's a fun time. But everything I do is very calculated, guys. Everything I do, I try to think about, what is happening on this play. The S&P 500 moved on up and we broke a channel that was holding for the past 4 days straight. Now, after, again, breaking that area, we're supposed to spike on up towards new highs. Now, we did spike up towards new highs, which is great, but then we cracked the trend line. And as we cracked the downtrend, that showed a lot of weakness. Now, not only that, we fell back inside the channel. And if we had, again, tons of resistance at 451.85, that should now be holding up as resistance still. So I'm looking for that to be able to hold as resistance and keep on dropping even lower. So that's kind of like the idea of this play. And now we also have a downtrend to basically give us an idea of where this, can crack, where this can sell off at. So just want to explain it. I want to make sure that you guys are all good, ready to go over on this one. Over on the S&P 500, and it's still the same game plan. Back above 452, it's just not worth it for us, guys. All right? So back above 452, just ain't worth it. As long as we're underneath this downtrend, though, we're still good to go. We don't want to see us break that purple line, though, because that's our new downtrend at this moment. Break the purple line, no bueno for us. Okay? Makes sense? So obviously, right now, traders, I'm putting in a good amount of cash. Yeah, so each one of these is about $10,000. So right now I put in about 30 grand. Currently down $300 though. I'm in 30 grand, down about $300. Starting to break here a little bit. Don't like it. Don't like if it breaks, guys. A little downtrend here. Remember, we got to see this thing, fade and fall. Go underneath 451.92. Traders, I'm not liking it right now. I'm not liking this right here. Not liking it at the moment. Might get out here in a second. Because I want it to crack 451.85. Last thing I want is all of a sudden time decay start taking on over. Back above 452. Yeah, guys, it's starting to break. I'm moving on. Moving on. Keeping my stop loss tight. Moving on. Not worth it for me right now. Moving on. I'll get in on a better entry once I see it. So got to keep my, again, stop loss very tight. And now I'm very happy with that. So that was a $30,000 investment. Ended up losing $600. So what is that? Like a 1% loss? Traders, that's what I'm talking about. Some people might be like, oh, Deck, you lost $600. Guys, I'm losing literally, that's a $40,000 investment, okay? So the thing is, I'm keeping it so tight on my trades. That would be the same exact thing as if you guys just traded $1,000 and ended up losing $9, right? So it's like, we got to keep our trades tight. I'm giving them a chance, but you got to keep them tight. So right here, we got to keep our eyes peeled on it. Davender said, Deck, you should have sold someone you're up $250. Don't you even dare start bringing that up, okay? Don't you even dare start saying that. Deck, I saw you're up $250 for less than 3 seconds. You should have sold some there. Guys, I don't need, again, comments from the peanut gallery today, okay? I don't need the comments from the peanut gallery of people saying you should have did that. You know what? When I'm up for a second and then it goes against me, it's always, oh, Deck, you should have locked in profits. Then, if it drops on down and I sold, oh, Deck, you should have kept on holding longer. And then it goes even lower. Oh, Deck, you should have bought more shares. Then it bounces back on up. Deck, you should have, again, did a call contract at the bottom. Then it bounces all the way back up here. Deck, you shouldn't have done a put contract. You should have locked in profits here. But again, the profits were over here. Deck, you should have got a loan, taken out of a loan. You should have picked the right numbers out of Powerball. You should have done, you could have done that. You know, guys, that's kind of what happens a lot of times. We kind of see that happen a good amount. Hey, all I can do, guys, is trade the plays that I see. All I can do is trade the stocks that I see. All I can do at this moment is jump in on these opportunities. I'm going to see the opportunities when I take them. That's it. S&P 500 getting a little bit of a drop. See what we have here. Now you see at this moment. Oh, I apologize, guys. If I said the wrong information, I apologize. I was looking at this buying power requirement, $11,400. So if my contracts were a little bit cheaper than that, I apologize. I was looking at the buying power requirement. So like when I go ahead and pull the trigger here, I need at least $11,400 to be able to pull the trigger on that trade. So that's what I was looking at. So if I was wrong there, I apologize. Sasha, you're all good. It's all good. Daddy, she's not calling me out. It's all good. S&P 500 starting to get a little bit of a drop here once again. And remember, we are back underneath that 451.85 mark. You know, being underneath 451.85 puts us back inside that kind of that area. You know, being back underneath 455, you know, puts us, or 451.85 does get us a little bit of that drop here. I have a feeling at this moment. I got a very strong hunch at this time, team, and it's coming in. It's, you know, feeling it right here. I got a very strong hunch that I am going to about to make some trading mistakes. Deck, that's not a good hunch. And what I mean by that, team, is I feel like right now it's like, all right, Deck, it's coming down to an area you like. It's coming on down towards, again, the crack of the trend line. Jump back in on it, and I feel like it's going to do this. The SPY is going to have one of those spike on up, drop on down. Looks like you should get in, pops back on up. Consolidation. It's going to be a little choppy, I feel like, for the next, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Does anyone else feel like that? Does anyone else feel like for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, it's going to try to trick us? We might get a little drop back on down to the VWAP, pop back up to 452. We end up taking a loss. It goes above 452. Looks like it's going to break back on up, then cracks back on down towards 451. You know, the thing is, right now, I already know the S&P 500. I know it's games. I know it's tricks. I know what it's thinking. I know it's giggling right now. I'm not falling for, again, this consolidation trick garbage type of stuff. I'm taking a little bit of a step back, not going to put myself in any sort of those bad positions right here. So you know what? I'm going to keep my losses very tight, very small, make sure we're doing everything that we need to do, and make sure that we're all set, ready to rock. So I'm not going to put myself in positions if I feel like, I'm putting myself in on a bad spot here. So traders, you know what we're going to do over the next 10 to 15 minutes? I mean, I think this is the time traders been waiting for. We are going to give away right now $250 in cash to one lucky trader. It's either, again, I don't know what's going to be. It's either going to be the post over on my Twitter, or it's going to be the post over on my Instagram where I told you all you guys had to do was tag 2 friends, tag 2 people, tag whatever. Okay? And I'm sticking with it. You got to tag 2 friends. And if you guys do not win today, we are going to be having another $250 giveaway starting tonight. So yes, guys, make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. I have a post over on my Instagram, and I have the post over on Twitter if you guys have not entered just yet. But I think it is time right now to go ahead and get ourselves a winner here. So again, this is the video, of course, I want you guys to go commenting on if you guys have not yet. Talking about our Black Friday coming on up. And while I do have you guys here, I do want every single person to be aware of this. Black Friday, traders, starts up this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you do not know, Black Friday is the biggest sale of the year. Tradecaster, we usually do not have many sales, but we are going to be having a Black Friday sale. This is our go-to sale, biggest sale of the year. Let me again bring this all up so you guys have all the information right in front of you. So I'm going to grab this, guys, go over it absolute all, and we'll be all set. Of course, we are watching the S&P 500, but I just know it's going to get a little choppy over these next few moments here. So let's talk about it. Let's go over it and make sure every single person is aware of it. So, traders, this upcoming Thursday is Black Friday. It goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Thanksgiving. If you guys are on the West Coast, that is going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, the big thing about Black Friday this year is we are doing something that we have never done before. We are giving away 40% off everything. 40% off memberships, 40% off scanners, 40% off courses, 40% off everything. Now, if you guys are interested into that, make sure you guys are ready Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This means if you are a brand new trader watching over on YouTube, TikTok, Discord, whatever, and are looking to sign on up, you will get our memberships for 40% off. If you are a current Tradecaster member, you can upgrade your subscription. Say, hey, I've been here for 6 months, I've been here for a year, I've been here for 2 years, and I've been paying the monthly membership. You can save money by upgrading your membership to 6-month, 12-month, or a lifetime membership with 40% off. But what it does come down to is going to be first come, first serve. The first 100 people that sign up or upgrade their membership get 40% off. The next 100 people will be getting 35% off. And then the last, anyone that's left over the weekend, from all the way from the after 200 people until Cyber Monday, will have 30% off. So we will be having Black Friday sales for everyone for 4 days straight. But the first 200 people from upgrading memberships or signing up do get 40 or 35% off. So to kind of put this into perspective, lifetime memberships for Access for Life is usually about a 2.5-year upfront payment. Right now, team, it's going to be basically just a 1 year, right? For lifetime access, instead of paying $3,299, it's $1,980. For annual members, instead of paying $1,700, it's $1,044. For semi-annual, instead of $870, it's $522. And for a monthly membership, instead of $174, it is $105. Now, it does not stay at these prices. This is a one-time fee, then goes to normal prices. So a monthly membership is for 1 month, and then it's back to normal prices. 6 months is for, again, 6 months, then it's back to normal. So the greatest deal is lifetime and Black Friday. Make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sales go all week. We're looking forward to it. First 200 people do get the extra discounts and the extra deals. If you are not going to be there till Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you will still have 30% off. But if you guys are looking for that big deal, 40% off is going to be going on Thursday. So, traders, awesome job, awesome work, and I am so pumped and so excited about all of this coming on up. You guys are amazing, and you guys deserve this. This is one of our only sales of the year, so let's get ready to rock and roll. Now, with that being stated, guys, let's go ahead and let's pick a winner here. So let me just set up a few things right here. And I'm going to be getting this all good, ready to go at this time. So I'm pumped. I'm excited, and I'm absolutely dialed in here, traders. Getting ready to rock and roll to see what is going to be that next big time for us. So actually, give me about 1 minute to set this on up. I'm going to throw on a couple little tasty tunes for you guys. So everyone is, enjoying a little bit of the show. And it's just going to take me about 30 seconds to set this up so we can have a random winner.
This shit crazy. Y'all don't know that those shit fades. Next can go 0 for 82 when I look at you like this shit crazy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even supposed to be here. Ball so hard since we here. It's only right that we be fair. Psycho, I'm liable. Go Michael. Take a pick. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan. Game 6.
Well, I don't mind if you
right, team. All right, traders. Let me ask you guys here. Who here wants to win $250 in cash being Venmo to you right now in front of everyone? If you guys are pumped, if you guys are excited, hit me with a good old Dekmar trades. Woo! Make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Double tap, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel and you win, I'm not sending it to you. You have to be subscribed. If you guys, again, win over on TikTok, you guys, again, better be subscribed or, again, following me over on TikTok. So, traders, let's go ahead. Let's get ourselves a winner right now. So, traders, as you guys know, I like to make this absolutely as fair as possible. And what I mean by as fair as possible is I do not want anyone to think, oh, he's giving it to a friend or a family. I give it to you guys. So, traders, what we're going to start off here with is I made this post, and I posted this post on social media on my Instagram, and I posted it over on my Twitter. So, let's go ahead and let's see which social media site am I going to choose a winner from? Instagram or Twitter? You guys ready for this? Let's see. Starting on off right here, nice and easy. I'm just going to do an easy little 3 spins here, okay? 3 spins, ready to rock and roll. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to get a good idea. Where are we going to be heading? Guys, we are heading over to my Instagram at this moment. So I'm going to grab my phone, bringing this on up, going over to my Instagram, and I am going straight on over to this post right here, the one that I posted before. And that's the post right here. And I'm going to click that post so that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. All right, so there's that post right there. Now, with this post right here, I'm going to head on over to the comments. I'm going to click the comments right here. So we got the comments all on up. Now, what I'm going to do at this time is how am I going to pick this winner from this comments? Am I going to start from the very tippity top of the comments, or am I going to click from the very bottom of the comments? So let's go ahead and let's get a winner here, team. Let's go with 4 spins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we are going to be going from the bottom of the comments. So I am going to scroll all the way to the bottom of the comments. I'm going to load them all up, scrolling. You guys see I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom of the comments. I'm going to view all these hidden comments. Perfect. So we are now all the way at the bottom. And now I'm going to bring over this last wheel. And this last wheel right here is going to be from the bottom. How many numbers am I going to count up to be able to get a winner? Now I also just put in deck stop randomly in the middle somewhere. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or again, just stop randomly in the middle. Let's see what we have. Traders, I'm going to give this again 7 spins right here. Let's see who's going to be able to come out on top in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spins at this time. And let's see what we have. Deck, just stop randomly in the middle. All right, guys, I'm just stopping randomly in the middle. I want to make sure that you guys can see this. And I'm just going to scroll this thing on up. And I'm just going to scroll it. I'm going to move around a little bit. Scroll it. Move around. Scroll it. And I'm going to stop right here on this guy. Who is this? This is Omar Cisco. Omar Cisco, you are the winner. So, Omar, you are the winner. Omar Cisco, I need you to send me a message right now, Omar. Omar is the winner that we are choosing. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to his win. And Omar, you have just won yourself $250 in cash. And Omar did tag 2 friends. He said, let's get it, deck. Right there. Let's click Omar's picture right here. And it's Omar Cortez. Follows me and follow back. And I'll follow him back. So Omar Cisco right there. You are the winner at this moment. So Omar, shout out to you. Just wanted to make it completely random, as you guys know. Just wanted to make it completely out there where anyone could potentially win, so that you guys are all set, ready to rock. So shout out to Omar. Now, the good news is, team, the good news is I want to do this again. Does anyone else here, did anyone else here not win $250 but would still like to? Would anyone here like to win $250 and say, Deck, I didn't win. I want to have a chance here. I want a chance of the pizza pie. I want a chance to be able to make sure I get $250. So, with that being stated, guys, with that being said, I'm going to be posting another video tonight. And I want you guys to do the same exact thing. Tag 2 friends, and on the Wednesday live stream, I'm going to send out another $250. All right? So on the Wednesday live stream, I'm going to do the same exact thing again. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a blast here, and we're going to be all set, ready to go. So tonight, I post the video. You guys better be ready to tag a friend, and you guys better be ready to rock and roll on that, because on Wednesday, we will be having another $250 giveaway. Shout out to Omar today and doing that right there. Woo! Man, so if you guys are not following me over on, again, Tradecaster.com, make sure you guys come on over here to Tradecaster so that you guys are all set. If you guys do not follow me on Twitter or on Instagram, make sure that you guys go ahead and do that right there. So it's going to be an absolute blast, team, and I'm just having a ball with you guys today. I hope you guys are having so much fun. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. S&P 500 just pushed on up towards a new high, and we're just letting this thing, continue to climb on up here. Just seeing this thing continue to climb on up, continue to, push on up even higher and higher and higher. Right now, one trade on the day, the S&P 500, we got out of it, very tiny loss. And you know what? The S&P 500 at this moment, still trying to move on up here slightly. Now, traders, let's kind of actually think about this here for a second. Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing at this moment that I said to myself, my trade's not working. I'm moving on from it. That's all it is. My trade's not working. I'm moving on from it. Team, you should not trade with money that is going to negatively affect your life if you are willing to lose that. So what I mean by that is if $5,000 is a lot of money in your life, which I know it is, right? You should not be willing to say, okay, I'm going to lose $2,500, and you're going to be depressed, and you're going to be upset, and you're going to be sad. If you're saying, no, Dek, I have a $100,000 account, I'm willing to lose again $2,000. It's not going to ruin anything. Then that's okay. We're all in different financial spots in our lives. Some people, again, $1,000 goes a very long way for them. Some people say $1,000, I use that for lunch, right? Some people, again, are in different positions in their life, and that's absolutely fine. But what I want you guys to realize is don't be willing to lose money that you can't afford to lose. Only lose what you are willing to say, hey, that's not going to affect me in any sort of way. That's okay. You know what I mean? We want to be the best traders we can be, and we have to follow a game plan. Today, I took a small loss. I'll take that trade 10 out of 10 times. Falling back underneath 451.85, getting underneath a downtrend, cracking back on down to the VWAP. All signs showed bearishness. I jumped in, kept going on up, got out, no harm done. That's what I want you guys to be as traders, because I know you guys might be saying to yourself right now at this moment, I don't really do that too often, Dek. I kind of jump in and I kind of, I'm more, guys, describe your strategy to me. Describe your strategy to me. My strategy is, I don't know how to say this the right way, Dek. I guess my strategy is I pull the trigger and I don't get out until I either cry or until I win a lot of money. Not the best strategy. Is anyone else's strategy here? I either cry and get extremely angry with myself, or I make a ton of money. There's no in between, right? Hey. That is not the right strategy, okay? I want you having a brand new strategy, I guess that we could call pinch or profit, right? If we lose, it's a very small pinch. A pinch does not hurt. A pinch is annoying. A pinch is a little like, ow, get off me. Profit is where we enjoy. We don't want to be taking slices. We don't want to be taking, again, gunshot wounds, shotguns to the chest. We want little pinches when we lose. That's it. So we want the pinch and profit strategy. Man, that's good. Claire, write that down. Write that down for my book. Yeah, for my autobiography. Write that down. Pinch or profit strategy. Yeah, how's my autobiography coming? Good? Did you add the part about me saving those kids? Did you add the part about me saving those kids from that? You did? Okay, cool. And what about okay. Did you add the part where I donated $22 million to that boy who had his arms bitten off by a shark? You did? And I bought him new prosthetic arms so he can swim again. And then those got bitten off. So then again, I got him new arms. Okay, good. Okay, good. Guys, a big book is coming on out. I don't want to spoil it to you, but there's a big book coming out in the future. And really excited for you guys to read that. And my whole life story, all true. my entire life story, 100% all true, no fiction, all facts. Dek, is that really true? Did you actually buy prosthetic arms for a man who had his arms bit off by a shark, and then he went back out into the ocean, had his arms bit off again by the same shark, and then you bought prosthetic? I did. So I bought it twice from him. And now again, his new arms are little daggers. So if he ever does come against that shark, we're waiting for the day he comes back on up. We call her Ruby. Ruby the shark. So let's get ready to rock here, traders. Hey, prosthetic arms get expensive. I know, again, some of you guys don't know. Prosthetic arms do get a little pricey. Guys, here we go. Cortez just made 425 bucks. And this is beautiful, team. Is anyone saying at this moment, be honest, is anyone saying at this moment, Dek, I love you, but I'm not going to do any put contracts? Is there anyone saying, Dek, I love you here, but I'm just going to do call contracts? It seems like every time I do a put, I lose. And it seems like I literally could just do call contracts and just make a ton more money. Is there anyone here that's just saying, Dek, I'm just doing call contracts? Hey, if you want to do puts, that's fine. But literally calls just win every single day. And I am sick and tired of doing puts, and I'm just going to do calls and just keep holding calls because that seems like that's all that wins. So, like, if you want to do, I want you guys to realize that. If that's what you feel comfortable with, do it right now. I'm not ever going to say, ooh, don't do calls right here. You know, you're going to lose. You have to be aware of the risk. Be aware we're near a top. But momentum is still bullish. If you're saying, Dek, why are you not jumping in on your puts right now? Because momentum is bullish. We could still see that we have a very nice uptrend. We had, again, if you're saying, Dek, why'd you jump in on your trade before? Because we cracked the trend line. We cracked the VWAP. We were looking for a dump. We were underneath inside the channel. But there's no way I'm doing puts right now. We're going against momentum. Right now, it's still the call show. I don't feel comfortable doing calls after, again, the nice $44 climb, 8% run, quickest spike in history. Right? Those things kind of do scare me off a little bit. But if you're saying, Dek, I'm just jumping in for a nice dollar rip here. I'm just trying to make a quick little profit at this moment. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, my goal here is to see you make money. That's all I want to do. My goal here is all I want to see is you guys profit. If you guys profit, I'm happy. I don't care if you did calls. I don't care if you did puts. I don't care if you robbed a lady. As long as you have money, I'm happy. Okay, let's cross off the last one. The last one was maybe a little bit too intense, okay? We don't want to do that, all right? We want to do it through the stock market, okay? Again, one of those points that I just get a little too fired. I get a little energetic. I have an enthusiasm problem, okay? J-Trades, SPY, now overbought. That's a big thing. Talked about this before. And hey, if you are a put trader and waiting for that put, it's going to be coming. If you are a put trader and waiting for that put, it is going to be coming. Just like we've seen before. Here is we are overbought. 70 on the RSI. Look what happened. Big sell-off. Here again we are. 70 on the RSI. Guess what happened? Took a little bit longer. Big sell-off. Take a look right here. 70 on the RSI. What do you guys think is going to be happening soon? That sell-off. Same exact thing when we take a look over on this. Oversold. Become oversold. Guess what happens? We move on up. We get oversold. Guess what happens? We move on up. We become oversold. Guess what happens? We move on up. This is not difficult to figure out. We will have oversold plays that move on up. We'll have overbought plays that move back on down. It's a circle of life. It's a circle of stock trading. It's the circle of life. It's a circle of life. And it's I don't know the words. I'm sorry. That's it. I don't think anyone knows the words past like the circle of life actual part. Right now we're going to see if this thing can continue to push itself on up. Guys, we're coming all the way up towards 453 now. Now remember, if you are interested in that put contract, 60-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame does have 453 traders as the next main resistance. Remember the chart: 453 top, 453 real body top, 453 right here. You guys can take a look over here on this play. Here's 453, bottom right here, 453, top, bottom, 453, 453, 453. Tons of 453 resistance, as we know. So a lot of 453 resistance at this moment. S&P 500 got up towards a high of 452.80 so far. Still looking. I might, again, give this another chance. Say, hey, Dek, go ahead, get your money, get a chance to be able to profit and see if this thing's going to be able to reverse and turn and dump as we get closer towards that 453 mark. So this one, again, big account trade, November 20th, 453, put side, 25 contracts to begin, scale in as we get near 453, maybe again a 453 touch, and see if we can be able to reverse and start fading itself back on down. I really do want to wait for maybe a little bit of a turn of momentum, not trying to guess the top. So I want to make sure that we're all set, ready to rock here. Will says, Dek, don't say rob old ladies. One day someone may take you serious and you can get canceled. All right. Right now, I'm thinking in my head. I'm going to close my eyes and imagine this. Imagine this real situation. Okay, ABC News, bada boom, lady speaking right now. Our top story tonight is a young lady who was brutally robbed as, again, a stock trader took her money. And it just shows to a live footage of you taking money out of a purse just going, Sean Dekmar told me to. Sean Dekmar told me to. And then you stick the money in your mouth. Okay, yeah. Hey, you can't blame me for that. If you are that mentally unstable, just please exit out of the browser right now. Okay? Exit out of the browser right now. Please do not come back here. Okay, that's all I'm asking. So just exit out of the browser. Don't come back here. All right, just maybe stock trading's not for you. But no, I try to keep it fun. All right, please understand that I'm only joking about these things. Kind of crazy I even have to say that. Kind of nuts I have to even say that nowadays, people. Hey, guys, no, put him down. Dek just told me he was kidding. Yeah. Go back, put him back, guys. Go put him back. Dek told me he was kidding. Yeah, I know. I thought we were gonna have a busy day too. Yeah, all right. Come on, guys. Come on, stick with me here. Use your head. You guys are nuts. S&P 500. Still trying to get a little bit of that new high here. Let's see if this thing is going to be able to pull and push and pop and move and jump and jog and dip and dodge and dip and dodge again. We got almost at that new high. We still have this very nice solid uptrend. We had the first crack of the uptrend, which led to a quick sell-off. Now again, we have another uptrend, which either we want to get overextended off of or we want to be able to crack. So we basically got two uptrends so far. 452.80 so far. Very strong resistance. Trying to hold on up, seeing if we're going to be able to pop up near against that 453-ish mark. We know 453 is strong resistance. I can't predict the perfect top price. I don't know if it's going to be 453.10, if it's going to be 453.20, or if it's going to be 452.90. But it's going to be around there, which most likely, which is why it's important to always be scaling. So you can either, again, try to scale in at around 453, or you can wait for a trendline crack. Really up to you on which one that you would want to do here. Right now, the S&P 500, though, we are keeping our eyes peeled on this one. Looking to see, can we be able to get this sell-off coming on up, pretty soon. S&P 500 almost at that new high of the day area. Right at these very nice tops at this moment. 10 p.m. or excuse me, London markets closing. That's, you know, what's pumping up the market a little bit. So the London markets closing a little bit, pumping up the markets, helping them out. Thank you for the heads up. Right now, the SPY, we're still looking to see, are we going to be able to break through that 452.80-ish mark and keep on going? Right now, again, I just have a normal kind of day trade. No sort of swing trade right now, just a day trade. Still morning trading time. S&P 500, November 20th, 453 strike price. Let's stay alert. We're sitting still right at that 453-ish mark. Traders, we are sitting right next to that trend line. This is going to be a very interesting play. Now, for anyone that's wondering, saying, Deck, why again are trend lines so important? Well, trend lines, the longer they hold, the better effect they have. So essentially what we are always looking for when we take a look over on trend lines are going to be cracks of trend lines. You guys can see these examples right here. We have a very nice uptrend, bullishness, switch over to bearishness. Here's a very nice example where we have bullishness, and we could clearly switch on over towards the bearishness. You guys can see right here where we do have bullishness, and then we switch on over to bearishness. You can see where we do have our bullishness, and we do switch over to our bearishness. You can see where we have our bullishness, and then we switch over to our bearishness. So the S&P 500, right now, it's still all bullishness. Right now, the S&P 500 is considered calls have control. On the S&P 500, it's called bulls have control. The S&P 500 is put contracts right now the right thing to do? The answer is no. So remember, team, throw your biased opinion out the window. Play the chart, not your emotions. Play the chart here, team. You guys are better than that. Cali Screams sent 6 roses. Amazo, 1 rose. Shout out to you guys. We do have Jay Blank, a rose. R. Kelly with a nice little heart. So thank you guys so much for the support that you guys show over on TikTok. I love you. Thank you so much. If you want me to do anything, say anything, I'll do it. I'll do it. Deck, how's it going? A downtrend over on Tesla? Tesla's basically moving sideways right now. Tesla sitting with a doji star. Opened up at the price of 434.05. Right now it's at 435.06. So it's not doing too much. Might get a little bit of a pop. 235 though is going to be very strong resistance. So we're still trying to get a little bit of momentum at this moment. Trying to see how much more this thing is going to be able to squeeze and pop and climb. It's been an excellent day so far. But we want to see if we can get like that nice solid trade today. That nice solid win today. I feel like this morning's flying by. It's already 11:08. Jeez, man. And yes, tonight I will be doing another giveaway here, traders. Another giveaway. SPY coming on up. Traders, we're still holding that uptrend. SPY still holding that uptrend right here. I'm just staying alert. Guys, I'm just watching. I'm just staying alert right now. I know, again, the market's a little bit, you know, kind of slow and steady to the upside. Let's see if the SPY can be able to crack this trend line and we can actually get a little bit of a drop. Let's watch this, guys. Got up to a high today of 452.80. Cracking that trend line. Possibility for a little bit of sell-off. Possibility of a little bit of a drop. Let's go back to a larger time frame. Sometimes when I get a kind of little caught up, I like to go back to a larger time frame and try to figure some things on out. You know, go back into a larger time frame and say to myself, all right, hey, let's give it a chance here. Guys, SPY, you take a look at this play. SPY definitely looks like it's starting to turn. You know, the SPY, we've had a nice uptrend from 1030 all the way up towards the 452.80. What I would honestly do with you is, you know, say, all right, hey, jump in on this play and have a stop loss if it hits a new high of the day. So are we cracking the trend line? Can you agree with that?
The answer is yes. Deck, we are cracking the trend line. If we're cracking the trend line, we are going from, as we already know, from the bullish side, right? We have bullishness right here into the, as we know, the bearish side over here. So I am not trying to take any unnecessary gambles. I am not trying to say, hey guys, do this because this is what I feel like is going to happen. I basically just play the chart. And when the chart tells me is what I think is the right thing to do. So here's bullishness, here's bearishness, and here's the line going across the board, which represents the high of the day. So we have uptrend, bullishness, bearishness, starting to get a little bit weaker. Possible entry here, 452.80 is a strong resistance line, as we know as well. But let's see if we are going to start maybe turning on down a little bit more. I don't want to jump in and all of a sudden we just pop right back up to the high of the day and I have to take some sort of loss. We can also be waiting for that 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame. We've had a couple little spikes right here. That 453 mark's not easy to be able to break underneath. S&P 500, that's basically like the full setup right here, as you guys can see. What do you guys think right now? Everyone yell out, type out your game plan. Do you think the S&P 500 is going to go up higher? Or do you guys think the S&P 500 is going to start dropping on down? Let's actually take maybe a little bit of a chat poll right now, right? So let's go over, bring over a chat poll at this moment. And let me set this on up for everyone. And let's just type out, will the SPY spike higher? Or are we starting to top out? Let's just get a good idea because I know everyone has their own ideas. So I'm going to type out higher we go or look out below. So what do you guys think? If you guys are over on YouTube, let me know. Are we going up or are we going down? TikTok, let me know. Are we going up or are we going down? And the tradecaster.com, are we going up or are we going down? Everybody, go cast your vote. So everyone, go vote, and let's get a good idea of what traders are thinking right now. So will the SPY go higher or lower? Right now at this time over on Tradecaster, we have 2,100 people here. So we have 2,100 people over on Tradecaster at the moment. Let's get these votes in, and let's see what traders are thinking at this time. So guys, I'm not even going to look. But I'm going to close this poll on off in the matter of 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stop the poll. 55%. That's not that strong. 55% says look out below. 45% says higher we go. It's almost like a coin flip. It's almost like a coin flip at this time. It's not like there's anyone right here that's saying, yeah, it's not a 90-10. It's not a 100% certainty. Right now, it's traders saying, it's kind of like a coin flip deck. So we are still watching this play here. It's holding on up the best it can. S&P 500. Let's get this nice move here. I gotta win at least this $250 I'm giving away. We are again getting geared up and ready to go for December, baby. December, only again about a week and a half away. December is the month of giving. We're going to be giving away a lot of gifts in December. Guys, traders, we are starting to get a little bit more of that bearishness. So that's an S&P 500 trying to hold on up here slightly. We have a little bit of a channel starting to form. But December, for all Tradecaster members, get ready. We are lining some things on off. We are going to be giving away Xboxes. We are going to be giving away iPhones. We are going to be giving away Home Beats Studio headphones. We are going to be giving away the brand new PlayStation. We are going to be giving away a flight and trip to Las Vegas. These are some things that are coming on up in December. So if you guys are excited about that, we are going to be doing giveaways almost every single week of December, making sure we're giving back to the community, giving back to traders that are here on tradecaster.com that support us. So not for, again, YouTube members, not for TikTok. It has to be for Tradecaster members only. So we are going to be giving away a lot of stuff coming on up here. Yeah, so deck the halls, baby. Deck the halls with tons of stock trades. Fa la 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 la. La 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 la.
Deck the halls in December doing our technical analysis. Can anyone else think of some, some sort of thing I can say to add to this list? Something good that I haven't thought of before. Deck. It'll come to me. Guys, S&P 500 all the way back on up, trying to go for a little bit of squeeze here. Anyone who's... J Dread says, Deck, you could call all your subs deck heads. I kind of feel a little inappropriate saying that. I don't know. I'm gonna respectfully decline. I'm gonna respectfully decline that. I don't think that's very nice. So we're gonna pass on that. S&P 500. What about Deck Fantastic? I appreciate you trying, but you can't just it's supposed to blend into the word, okay? Not just be the word deck and then just say fantastic afterwards. It's like, yeah. Hey, let's oh, I got one. How about Deck Profits? Oh, it's like, no, it's supposed to blend into the word. So right now, still watching the S&P 500. Stock Mac, Deck, I got one. You should sell us your man-made deck nog instead of eggnog. Guys, please. We are getting back to stock trading. This was an awful decision by me to have to even look at the chat today. It was an awful decision by me to even, again, bring anything up that kind of gave you guys any sort of authority at this moment. We are not doing this again, and let's just keep our heads down and just focus on the stock market. I am done asking you guys questions for the rest of the day. That is a fact. We are just going to be focusing on the stock market the rest of the day. Oh, jeez, Louise. Give you guys, open up the floor for a discussion here, and we are just running out of control. We're gonna get back to the S&P 500 already. Deck opening up the chat room and having everyone ask was a terrible decision. That was a good one. There we go. All right, we can finish off strong. We can finish off strong. There we go, guys. S&P 500 trying to keep our eyes peeled here. SPY right up next to the top, possible new high of the day here. Let's see if the S&P 500 is going to be able to squeeze. We are trying to get this little U-shaped pattern. U-shaped pattern right next to this 452.80ish mark. We do have room to run up to towards 453. We do know if you switch on over to a 60-minute time frame, team. And I'm going to get rid of some of these lines that might confuse you. Here's the red line at 453. To figure out where next resistance is, you have to look at past chart history pattern. Scroll back and see where is the next. This red line represents where we are at right now at this moment. You're like right next to 453. So if we scroll on back, we can actually see we have upper shadow 453. These upper shadows right next to 453.50. Here's again upper shadows 452.90. Here's an upper shadow 453.05. Okay, so that was like the last big spike we're seeing. Then we do have an old spike up here towards the end, 452.90. Then we have again a bounce play at 452, 80, 452. So we have just tons. 453, 453. Can we keep scrolling back? Is there anything else that kind of comes on up towards this area? It just seems like that 453 mark, it's going to be either slightly above 453 or it's going to be slightly below 453. And it's just like, we don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. I'm just being honest with you guys. No one does. It's going to be slightly above 453 or slightly under 453 when we start going bullish or bearish. Staying alert, staying ready. I want to get this nice trade in before lunch, or probably, I'm thinking honestly, probably right at lunch. Probably right at lunch. We start having a nice little pullback. S&P 500 came on up 453. Is that a little bit of a lower high? A little bit of a lower high. We are inside this channel, it looks like, slightly. So we're kind of, back inside this little channel at this moment. Blue always represents support. Red always represents resistance. We are basically going back and forth at this moment. S&P 500 looking for a little bit of that sell-off. We are starting to drop back on down towards, again, the 452.50s. The thing is, traders, it's most likely if we do fade today, it's going to be a slow fade over lunch hours. I can imagine us going back down to 452, but I think it's going to be a very slow fade at this point throughout lunch hours. We just got all the way up towards that 453-ish mark. I think at this point, it's just a slow fade all the way through lunch hours. Let's see if we are going to be able to get a pop. Dek, would this be a good point to jump in on the small account and be able to say, hey, you know what? We have a lot of room to be able to fade and fall and start getting weaker. This really is a great area. I mean, guys, take a look at the chart here. Take a look at the daily chart, okay? Let's not overthink this at all. Take a look at the daily chart. The daily chart shows us that we have run on up clearly towards, again, that 453 mark, and we've been rejected. We are, again, trying to get on up, and then we start getting rejected. We're trying to move ourselves back on up towards that 453-ish mark, but, if you are saying to yourself, Dek, do you like this play on the small account challenge? I really do, for a multi-day swing, even until like the end of next week, because look what's happening. The S&P 500 here, team, we can clearly see top red resistance fall, top red resistance fall, top red resistance fall, and now we're coming on up towards, again, where this red resistance line has been at. So small account wise, for let's say 2 weeks, 3-week expiration out, I definitely do like it a lot for at least some sort of pullback, some sort of drop, some sort of weakness. So let's just kind of make a mock trade up right here. Let's go to add option. Let's go to buy. How many contracts do I want? I'd probably, let's do 5. Let's go with like a December 1st expiration, where we would have the rest this week and maybe even the following week. We could do a strike price, probably back on down towards where we can afford a little bit more shares, probably back on down towards around like 446, which I definitely think would happen. And then we look for a put contract, or let's go actually, 448-ish. Let's see, a put contract. How much would that cost? So that would cost $690, which isn't really that bad whatsoever over on the S&P 500 if we wanted to do a small account trade. Now, if the S&P 500 gets above the price of 453, I probably would do a trade just like this for the small account and just give it time to be able to turn, reverse, fade, fall, be up near the top, have 1, 2, 3 days to be able to drop and fade. And then if things ever do start going out of whack, if things are, dropping and starts coming back up to your entry, just again, break even. The best trades are the ones that you were correct on, but it just starts moving back on up, and the worst thing that happens is you break even. The worst thing that happens is you say to yourself, hey, you know what? It's not doing exactly what I want. Let me just get out with a $10 profit. No one's gonna be upset if you make a $10 profit. Sure, it's annoying if you were up $1,000, but you didn't lose any. You still added a little bit of the win, and you're still all set, ready to rock and roll. So the S&P 500 still trying to get a little bit of movement here. We got about 25 minutes left, so let's see if we can be able to spike on up towards around some new highs. But yeah, we are kind of having spike consolidation, spike consolidation, spike consolidation. Right now, even if you're on the call side, I know you're getting a little frustrated with a little bit of time decay right now. You're getting a little frustrated with a little bit of time decay at this moment, which is understandable.
Also, just want to say I love you guys. Everyone that's over on, again, Tradecaster, everyone that's over on YouTube, everyone that's over on TikTok, everyone that's over on Discord. I love you guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. You guys are absolutely amazing. And you guys make me so happy. I look over and I see you guys. And I see your smiling profile pictures. And I get so happy. That's what it is, guys. Hey. It's all about looking over, seeing the joy in your eyes. Seeing the joy in your eyes and gets me fired up, gets me pumped up. Also, traders, if you guys want to make sure, let me grab this here, that you guys do not miss the $250 giveaway tonight. If you guys want to make sure that you are one of the first people to Black Friday, and if you guys would like to receive our morning newsletter every single day, make sure that you guys are signed up to our email list. So we have a free email list that we send out every single day that I send updates to, watch lists to, sales to, alerts to. Make sure if you are not added to our email list, you guys have that right here. So every single person gets it, and you guys are never missing out on a beat. Guys, little heads on up. Another rejection right here. We just had another rejection with the smallest little lower highs. Smallest little lower highs. Deck, are we starting to crack here slightly? We might be. We actually might be getting a little bit of a crack. 452.80 team. Is this the tippity top here over on the S&P 500? Obviously, it's been very tough to tell. It's been very tough to tell. We are leaning more towards that bearish side. We are starting to get a little bit weaker here. I do like the S&P 500, as I've talked about, for that reversal, for that drop. We're next to 453 resistance. The S&P 500, as I already talked about, for a small account, I would want to do buy contracts. I'd probably do about 5 contracts with an expiration of all the way to like the end of next week or the following week. Really up to you. Strike price, we could go all the way up towards... strike price, you'd want to go down towards like 447-ish, and then you could do a put contract, and then you're banking that you're going to get the drop. You'd be able to add some more contracts if you want to, 8 contracts or so, $824, whatever, fits your regimen, your schedule. And, this would be a great potential entry, especially if things do start fading. Because I know, again, 453 is an amazing entry. If it starts dropping down to 452, and then it goes down to 451, and then it goes down to 450, how many people are going to be upset that they did not get filled right next to 453? That's kind of like one of those things. Like right now, where I'm at, team, is I'm saying to myself, man, I really want to get filled near 453. I am waiting for, hopefully, 453 gets filled. But the thing is, if 453 doesn't happen... right? I don't want to miss out on this drop. I don't want to miss out on an entry possibly next to 453 highs. We take a look over on the daily chart right here. We've already talked about, look how close we are to some old strong resistance. There's still a little bit more room to run. We could still go up to 453.50. There's still a little bit more room to run. We could still squeeze up towards 453 plus, right? There's still that little white, gap right here, where we have our top filled right here, and we still have a little bit of that white gap that goes all the way up towards, again, a little bit above 453, which we would like to squeeze on up towards. So we would like to squeeze this thing all the way on up towards that area. I mean, you could scale in. It's like, it's not a bad entry to scale in. It just comes down to you. It's like, do I want to jump in right now and then possibly get squeezed out as it pops up to 453, or just wait till 453? Well, Deck, if 453 doesn't hit, then you miss out on the trade, and that's the toughest thing. Right now is the toughest thing on entry-wise. You can slowly scale in if you want to. But that's like, I'm just kind of speaking to you guys out loud here about what I'm seeing. And you can see how the S&P 500 is sitting right near its kind of like bottom area. So traders, you can see I was trying to hold on up. I personally, just for my sake, I'm gonna wait till we get above 453. I am going just for my sake. I'm just gonna make the decision right here on the live stream. I'm gonna wait until we get above 453. Deck, what if it drops? I'm gonna wait till 453, then I'll get filled. Have a decision, stick to your decision. Don't be again playing the cat and mouse game. Have a decision, stick to it. Now you're all good to go. Now there's nothing you got to worry about. You got a decision, you made it easy for yourself.
S&P 500 guys still holding on up. Let me ask you guys right now, who here is pumped on up for this week? Who here is excited for today? Who here is loving again being part of this live stream? Who here is excited to make some money over the next few days, over the next few weeks? Who here is going to finish off the year in the green? And who here is getting excited for 2024? Maybe the best year, and I'm looking forward to it. It will be the best year of your life. If you guys are, hit me with a good old Dekmar trades. Woo! If you're getting ready to end off this year strong, and if you guys are fired up and excited for the best year of your life coming on up in 2024. Man, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Guys, that's a slogan. That's a slogan of 2024. 2024, welcome to the best year of your life. 2024. Welcome to the most money you've ever made in your entire life. 2024. Get ready to be able to fall deeply in love. (2024) Get ready for a life-changing, game-changing experience. I'm excited. I'm excited for 2024. It's going to be a good time. 2024, best year of trading my life coming on up. Going to start shorting a lot more plays in the penny stock world. Going to get involved in some cryptocurrencies in 2024. Going to obviously continue to be day trading, live streaming every single day in 2024. Going to shoot scratch golf in 2024. Probably be club champion of the upcoming country club I'm going to join in 2024. I think I'm still growing. I think my bones are still growing. I think I'm going to grow another inch or two in 2024. Be like 6'4". I'm excited. Andy Alvarez, Deck, you streaming tomorrow as well? I'm streaming all week for free. All week. That means tomorrow I'll be live. Wednesday I'll be live. So Wednesday is the final live stream on YouTube and TikTok, guys. And then again, we got Black Friday for you guys to take advantage of it. And the thing is, it's like, oh, Deck, if you don't take advantage of Black Friday, there's nothing I can do for you guys. I mean, hey, we are literally cutting prices in half for every single person here. It's coming out to $2 a day to watch again the live stream and to be able to make hundreds of dollars. It kind of blows my mind sometimes when people are like, I don't want to spend $2, but can you teach me how to trade? Can you do everything for me? Can you, again, give me all your alerts? Can you, traders, you can either spend $2 a day on a cup of coffee, or you can have $2 a day, again, changing your life. You have $2 a day, again, buying a pack of cigarettes or buying your Zyn, packing lips and hammers, over on your tobacco. Or you can go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I want to learn how to stock trade. I get a video library. I get to learn from 10 other live streamers. I get to be part of this community. I get to be in the chat room. I get to watch the live streams. All right? To be honest, I think I provide $100 of value per day. But I'm never going to, again, say, hey, you know what? Let's make it $3,000 a month for a membership. Right? It comes out to $2 over on Black Friday. So let's make sure that we're ready to rock and roll. Traders, we are watching the S&P 500 to be able to squeeze here. But I'm just so fired up to be able to take your trading to the next level in 2024. Get ready for December. Get ready for this huge year ahead. Guys, a little bit of a pop here. A little bit of a pop. Maybe the squeeze we're watching for that 453 break. Maybe a little bit of that squeeze we're watching for the S&P 500 before lunchtime. Guys, let this thing squeeze. Calls, take over. Calls, take over. If you guys are a call trader, take over. This is your time to shine. If you guys are a call trader, this is your time to shine right now. I want to see this thing 453 plus, run all the way up towards 453.25 or so. We just hit a brand new high of the day. If you are a call trader, you don't like doing puts, you only like going up, which some people like, that's absolutely fine. I think this is your chance to be able to try to squeeze this thing on up to 453 plus. So the S&P 500 right now trying to do its best it can. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to throw on the heat right now. I'm kind of freezing my butt off. So give me 1 second, but S&P 500, we're looking for 453 plus here. Staying ready, guys. We are back. S&P 500 looking for that new high. We got up towards 452.89. Almost up to that top area right here. So I am looking for, as you guys know, my small account trade. And remember, my small account trade team, I am not really accepting any sort of large losses whatsoever. It's basically you jump in and then you hold it as it falls. And if we don't get the big sell-off, we're out. Team, I want you guys to realize what I'm teaching you guys at this moment is all about saying, and you guys should be able to see this in your portfolios, it should be able to reflect it, is that you might say, okay, let's say you go through a nasty stretch and you say, I lost there, I lost there, I lost there, I lost there. But every loss is tiny, 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 tiny. And then you have one win, and it's like, oh yeah, my one win just made up all my losses. And then I had a nice little win streak. I won there, I won there, I won there, and then I lost there, I lost there, I lost there. But your wins are so much bigger that your losses don't even matter. That's the strategy that we're trying to implement right here. That's the strategy I want you guys to realize is, okay, Deck's jumping in, and if he's wrong, he's out within 10 seconds. And when he's jumping down the small account challenge, he's saying, all right, hey, I'm going to give this a day, 2 days, 3 days to be able to fall. But if it keeps going up higher, he's just out right away. Is anyone here seeing me gamble? Is anyone here seeing me do things that just are unnecessary? Is anyone saying, oh, you have no idea what's happening on these plays? You're just randomly jumping in and hoping for the best? Or is every single trade I'm explaining? Is every single trade I'm talking out? Is every single trade I'm giving my credibility? Is every single trade I'm setting these stops? Is every single trade I'm giving these targets? Every single trade I'm looking at past chart history pattern? Is every single trade I'm waiting for bullishness to bearishness? Is every single trade I'm waiting for trend lines to crack or fall back into channels or fall back down to the VWAP or waiting for momentum and not going against momentum? Right? These are all things that I'm trying to be extremely patient on so that I win. So it's all about staying alert, staying ready here, team. Most important thing over on this play. SPY still trying to get its fair share of pops here. We know, again, 453 is going to be that main target. Oh, got to turn that down a little bit. Apologize, guys, if that music was extremely loud over the last, 30 seconds talking to you guys. So the SPY, still watching this one, still alerting on it. Let me see at this moment. Deck, what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's price, 37,000. Bitcoin's been doing well. I mean, this year, Bitcoin's now up 125%. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know, Bitcoin's been climbing all the way on up from 15,000 all the way back up to 37,000. We do know some big dates. I believe it's January 10th. is where the SEC has to be able to come on out, I believe, or what is it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. What's January 10th? January 10th, I think, is when we get an update if there's going to be an ETF on Bitcoin. And then also April is when the halving cycle starts, back on up. So April is going to be when the start of the next Bitcoin bull rally is supposed to begin. And then we also have over in January 10th is a very big day for cryptocurrencies. So make sure that you guys are kind of aware on both of those. Kind of want to see the hot pump at this moment. And I'm not going to say hot pump. It could be a great play. What is Caspa doing? Caspa is the hot play at the moment that all cryptocurrency traders are looking at. Caspa currently got up towards 16 cents, 15 cents. A little bit of a downtrend right now, but it's still trying to hold on up the best it can. You guys can see over the last few months, Caspa has been moving itself up. So if you actually take a look at this, 172% in the last month, and then obviously in all, it's currently up 74,000%, 740,000%. That's it. That's why some people, kind of start loving cryptos, is because, stocks can't give you a 74,000% return. Everyone basically does what? Someone invents a cryptocurrency, people buy in on it when it's less than 1 penny and hope it turns into a 10-cent play. Hope it turns into a dollar play. Hope it turns into a $5, $10, $20 play. Right? That's basically like the ultimate dream on cryptocurrency traders. They buy in on a play that's less than a penny, it runs up to $1. You can be able to make $100 million. S&P 500 still slow and steady, but still climbing. Rooster, can you short cryptocurrency? You can. You can also short cryptocurrency. You can't do it on your broker. You're going to have to need, different brokers and exchanges, but you can do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming on up here next, traders. We only have 20 minutes left, but I want to see the S&P 500 get a little bit of squeeze. I want to see the S&P 500 get a little bit of a break here. Guys, S&P 500, are we finally getting a little bit of a crack at this moment? S&P 500, we got up to a high today of 452.90. Could that be the very tippity top? I definitely do like it. S&P 500, 452.90 area, and absolutely beautiful right there. I'm thinking about giving, again, the small account challenge a chance if we start cracking underneath this little downtrend that's been trying to hold. So we did not get above that 453 mark. We did not get above 453. We are coming back on down to this channel. This would be basically the trade that I would want over on my smaller account. 8 contracts, November 30th, 447 strike price put side. That's basically what I would want if I was jumping on the small account. I was hoping that we get a little break of that 453 area. Right now, we are basically sitting right near 453. We have not been able to crack it just yet. We got up towards, again, 442.90. We are only about 13 cents away from a new high of the day, so we're still, again, testing it. But back underneath this purple line, we could fall back on down towards this orange line and then eventually all the way back down towards the VWAP. The S&P 500, we are just staying alert. We are just staying ready the best we can. I'm going to take a little screenshot, though, of this and say this is probably the trade I would take on the small account, though, if I plan on jumping in anytime soon. The market, though, still has been a little bit, slow and steady on the upside. Slow and steady on the upside. And remember, team, I'm not accepting big losses. So I'm not accepting big losses at all. And what I mean by that is anytime you're in the red, just get out. You can always jump back in later on. Don't accept big losses. Don't, add that to your portfolios. Only, again, good wins or small losses. Let's see if the SPY can kind of switch things on up a little bit. Throw in a little bit of a different tune here. Get the vibes going on up. Get on a different wave, baby. Let's see, again, a little enthusiasm in the final 20 minutes before lunch hours. Let's see if we can step up to the plate a little bit. Throw a fastball down the middle. I bet you I swing. That's what I want. I want to start swinging for the fences a little bit here, traders. But I'm still waiting for that one hurrah. There's still, I think, the final pop in its guts right now. I still think the S&P 500 needs to be able to get that pop. I think the S&P 500 still has the opportunity to pop on up to 453, kind of get that one big green candle here. S&P 500 here, traders. Still coming right on up, 4 cents away from a brand new high of the day. Let's see how much higher this thing's going to be able to squeeze up towards. And I'm not jumping in at this moment until basically I see that the trend is breaking. You know, like that's the thing. I want to see the trend break. I want to see momentum break. I want to see, you know, a difference in the market. I don't want to just keep saying, oh, a small uptrend, get caught up in time decay, get caught up in time decay, more time decay, small uptrend, more time decay, small uptrend. That's not what I want. That's not good trading. Y'all need deck. How do you know when there might be one last pop? I mean, there's no way to know for sure. I'm just saying that 453 is usually a very strong resistance line. We've gotten up to a high of 452.90. That could be the high of the day, but I'm just hoping that we see one last little pop above 453. Remember, taking a look at the past chart history pattern here, team, we can clearly see 453 strong resistance, 453 strong resistance, 453 strong resistance. We're looking to be able to get filled and see this thing start turning and dropping. S&P 500 still trying to hold on up the best it can. Right now, slightly underneath this area. If it does fall back on down, I mean, this is the thing. Even if you've done a call or if you've done a put over the last hour, you are in the red right now. And the reason why is because it's gone from 10:58 all the way till almost 11:50. It's been an hour long, and essentially we've just been sitting at 452.75. That's the big killer right now. The big killer is time decay, which is why I just really wouldn't do a same-day expiration, even on a bigger account at this point. On a bigger account, I don't think probably doing November 20th is the right move, unless we really nail a sharp drop-off. You know, I think the better move would be like do something a little bit larger where if you plan on holding and seeing the drop and seeing the fade, you can do that. But the S&P 500 at this moment, team, it's too slow to do a same day expiration. You need a little bit more time, I'm thinking. Guys, we got up towards a high of the day of 452.90. S&P 500 back underneath this purple line. And this is the downtrend that we've been, you know, holding a little bit here. Probably going to test it 1 or 2 times and we might start falling back on down. We do have a 20-year bond auction in 1.15 minutes, so basically an hour. Now, traders, who remembers this, guys? I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Who remembers 2 weeks ago we had a bond auction? What happened when we started selling off bonds? Does anyone remember? We had a bond auction, and what happened? Does anyone remember? If you guys don't remember, there was actually a very big spike. Now, when was that? That was actually, I believe it was November 2nd, November 3rd. The market actually rallied from 426 all the way up to 430. Then went from 432, spiked all the way up to 435. So that was the last time we had this bond auction. The stock market actually spiked on up about $5. So we have another bond auction today at the time of 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we have another bond auction. So, team, it's like a little bit of a predicament here. And I hate doing this. I hate doing this, guys, because it's frustrating on my end. I want to say we want the S&P 500 get above 453. When's the best time for the S&P 500 to get above 453? Is an hour from now. An hour from now, the bond markets go on up, or it's actually at 1 o'clock, which would be West Coast time, would be right around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock West Coast, 1 o'clock East Coast, bond auction starts. You'll probably see a lot more movement in the market. What I fear about jumping in right now is that we're just going to have time decay, and we're all going to lose based off time decay. I think the best thing for us to do, wait for movement. Wait for that break above 453. Wait for the bond auction market to start. Then we go ahead and we can start looking for some better trades. This is still the same idea of the trade that I would want. This is still the same play that I would want. This is still the small account that I would want. I would still look for something very similar on the S&P 500. But that's what we saw over the last few days. So I'm, again, keeping my eyes peeled. And traders, I think I might just, sit back here a little bit. That's kind of where we're at right now at this moment. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? You know, we're kind of on this final little 10-minute leg here. Does anyone have any sort of final questions, comments, or concerns? Anything that you guys need whatsoever at all? But I really, really, really love you guys, and I just think that the worst thing we can do right now is to jump in and just have Time Decay eat us alive. I think the worst thing that we can do is, I know you guys want to trade, but just take a look over the past hour. Past hour has not been there for us. The past hour has not been good for us. If anything, I do think you will get a slow fade. I'm a little bit nervous at 1 o'clock. And I think, again, the best thing for us is to stay smart here. I see a couple of you guys saying that the market dumped. What day was this, guys? Please, again, correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, please correct me if I'm wrong here, traders. You know, some people are saying, oh, guys, no, Dek, the stock market dumped and it happened. I mean, we could just tell that. What day was it, if I can ask? November 9th. I'm sorry if I am thinking of something else. Is November 9th? Oh, so November 9th is this day right here. Okay. So again, I apologize if I was incorrect. I was thinking about a different date. November 9th is actually the only red day that we've had over the last 16 days now. So that was from, again, from the bonds dumping. And that would definitely be something that we want to be watching at 1 o'clock. So thank you for the correction. And guys, I'm never offended if someone corrects me. I would rather have right information on the stream. So you guys are saying, Dek, nope, November 9th is actually when we got that big time dump all the way back on down. Thank you for the correction. I'd rather have correct information than me just randomly spurting things out here that are not correct. So awesome. $2 move down and down in 2 minutes. Yep. Yanni, what if NVDA makes the market move tomorrow? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, team, tomorrow is NVDA's earnings. That is going to be huge. I am so excited to be watching that. I'm so excited to see what's going to be coming on up with NVDA. Yeah, bravo to the chat. Bravo to the chat. Hoorah. Kato saying, Dek, can I get a shout out? I'm a marine trader here. Kato, shout out to you, buddy. Thank you so much for everything that you do for us, the service that you put in, being a marine, the few, the proud. Let's go. Being way more of a man than me. So, hey, Kato, shout out to you. I always have, you know, the utmost respect for anyone who has served in the military and, you know, doing the sacrifice that you do. So, you know, shout out to you, Kuda. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of our vets. Thomas, you putting money in NVDA tomorrow? I mean, if I'm feeling super gambly, maybe. If I'm feeling super gambly. So, I mean, that's a gamble and a half over there. NVDA. Guys, what do you guys think? NVDA tomorrow at 500. Best return of the year. Is NVDA coming out with good earnings or bad earnings tomorrow? Traders, my answer may shock you. But if I had to close my eyes, take out $25,000, and I had to place a bet and say, is NVDA coming out with good earnings or bad earnings tomorrow? The #1 investment of 2023 at its very tippity top, at $500 natural resistance, at $500 psychological wall, looking for the breakout to end the final 40 days of the 2023 season. If I had to take a guess, are we going to get rejected or are we going to crash? I'm going to say that NVDA is going to go up. I think it's going to break 500. I think NVDA is going to go up towards like 530 tomorrow. So I think it's going to break tomorrow. I think it's going to go up tomorrow. Tommy G, could you recommend something else to be able to learn and study to be able to grow my small account other than, again, just doing options or penny stocks in general? If you want to, again, be able to figure out a different way to be able to grow your small account, have a small account, switch it over to a margin account. After you have your margin account, get ready to do shorts. I'm telling you right now, that's the way that my best small account that I've ever grown was from shorting. So like my most famous one from $4,000 to $85,000 was not from, again, options. My best small account challenge that I've ever done that, was super successful, 4,000 to 80,000, was not from, again, options, was from shorting. And again, I put this right here. I'll do this one more time so you guys can be able to watch this. But this was, again, the best small account I've ever done. And this is how I've made the most of my money in the stock market doing this strategy right here, as I've talked about.
majority of my money in the stock market just by shorting penny stocks, microcap, low float plays. This is how you do it. Every single morning you wake up, you see stocks that are low floats. Low floats are stocks that have very low supply of shares to the public. Now, when you see these low supply shares, a lot of huge communities, a lot of discords out there know that these are easily manipulated. With that being stated, those are going to be the targets. Now, any stock that has a low float, that has a press release behind it, that's already going to have a little bit of juice behind it. So as a little bit of juice, this massive discord, this community, this person with a huge following alerts it, usually spikes up. Every single day, it spikes up 100, 200%, it'll be a different play. But a lot of traders, and especially a lot of new traders, are all going to be saying to themselves, oh, I want to jump in, that's the play I want to get involved in, that's the stock that I want to be looking at. And people buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. The press release that came on out is nowhere near to how good that stock is currently at the moment. So if you just sit back, you wait for an upper shadow, you wait until the panic starts happening, you wait until it starts fading a little bit, you're going to win the majority of the time. Now, yes, please don't get me wrong. Are there going to be times that stocks go up higher than you expect, that catch fire? Yes. Are there going to be times that short squeezes happen, that stocks go on up? Yes. But next day, next time you trade, go ahead, look at all the gap ups in the morning, set your filter for $25 and below, look at all the lowest floats, and nearly 90% of them will be ending up lower than where they opened up at. If you sit back the first 10-15 minutes, you'll see a spike, you'll see an upper shadow indicates a reversal, and then you'll just see them drop back on down. So that is another way to be able to grow your account. That is a great way to be able to grow your account on a small account challenge if you guys are interested on that as well. Ramsey, did you not say Michael Burry was shorting NVDA? Yep, Michael Burry did start a position, but remember, I mean, it comes down to you. Some people say, oh, if Michael Burry shorts a stock, I want to short a stock. But also, just a little heads on up, Michael Burry actually just got out of his big short on the SPY because the SPY came flying all the way back on up. Michael Burry is not always correct. Michael Burry, again, shorted in the 2008 market, which made him famous and made him a billionaire. But it does not mean that every short he makes is going to be correct. So it's up to you, if you want to follow that or if you don't want to follow that. Dex, show that one video where you were down 100K, then made 20K from it. I don't know exactly where that is, but that video is nuts. I mean, that video is over on my TikTok and such. But yes, I do have that somewhere. I got to find it. So let's see, traders. We'll see what's going to be coming on up here in the near future. Traders, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be getting ready to wrap this thing on up. So let's get ready to go here. Let's get fired up and let's get excited. See where this momentum is going to be taking us next, guys. Awesome job. Awesome work. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the bond auction starting off in about 70 minutes. The S&P 500, I would love it to be able to get above that 453 mark. My goal today is to get puts above 453, have the bond auction market start, see a sell-off, and have that be the start of a reversal. Deck, are you jumping in right now? The answer is no. Are you waiting until we get above 453? The answer is yes. So the thing is, above 453, closer and higher up to 453.50, the higher it goes, the better. Bond auction market starting up in 1 hour. From there, we could definitely start seeing a lot of hype. We could start seeing a lot of attention. We could start seeing that reversal. But right now, everyone who's trading is just losing on time decay. So you guys don't even need to be in at this moment because that is going to lead towards losses in time decay. Don't go against the trend at this time. Right now, I got to give to bulls. Right now, I got to give to calls. They're in control. Lastly, we do have a brand new $250 giveaway coming up tonight. Getting ready to celebrate Black Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Friday kicks on off in the matter of 3 days, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss it. It is going to be absolutely insane. Traders from TikTok, traders from YouTube, traders from Discord, thank you guys for joining us. Of course, Tradecaster, we are live and ready to rock and roll. And I hope you guys, again, are over here and joining us because we now have our lunch hour live streamers going live. So AK, Active Trader, J Trades, yeah, buddy. We got Kush live. We got all these amazing traders up in live. Caesar, Zeke,
They've been crushing it, doing their thing. Enjoy it, traders, and let's get ready to see what this market comes on up. Obviously, when I jump in, I'll let you guys know. NVDA, we'll talk about it more later on this afternoon, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But other than that, we only got about 2 more days left this week before Thanksgiving holiday starts on off. And I hope you guys had a blast with me this morning, because I sure had a blast, and I can't wait to see what's going to be coming up here next. Traders, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one here, team. You guys know it. In 3, 2, 1.
$879. Let's say $879.
Here's the break.
Let's get the 395.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
We're doing our thing all the way back on down. Let's take our money as we again take this profit. Carry out 4 contracts left. And again, we made $991 this time, baby.
Everything we did there was absolutely perfect. Does anyone have any questions on that? Is anyone confused on anything we did on that? Now I'm starting to put together a little bit of a game plan, and I'm starting to understand what I really want out of this stuff.
$2,000 in profit for myself.
We got the nice red candle. We're looking for the momentum to be able to take it on down.
$399.74, baby. Here we go, baby. Oh! Well, now we're up $365. Let's just again take a little bit of gains right here. Boom, baby. Nice job right there on that trade.
Up currently right now $760.
Notice we had this little lower shadow. Now we're starting to bounce our way back on up. The first order getting filled. Currently filled right here. Dek, why was this falling at this area? Like, what did you see here? So let me actually break this on down and let's understand what was happening on this play. So what I was looking for